Could you sound any more excited about that?
Sorry.
What is that real?
Not feeling very well.
Like, or did someone troll us?
No, it's AJ.
Okay. Can we be heard now? Hey,
Yeah.
you guys. So
Can you
you
guys
know,
hear us even though we're not
Is
wearing
it-
tank tops?
is it too loud or anything like that?
I'll give you a different flavor.
I'll get one in a minute. I don't want to make much turn around. I'm sorry.
I'm just waiting for someone to tell us if we're coming through or not.
They want to come here and tell us what we're doing wrong, but they don't want to show back up. All right. Saying, tell us what we're doing right.
All right. So is it too loud? Too soft? How's it peaking?
He says it's good.
We could have gone the whole game like that. Good thing you guys showed up.
Yeah, that would have been awful.
All right. Good. All right. Well, let's go with that. Sorry. So, welcome everyone to the Wileyverse. Because you didn't hear anything I said before this point. Our group is about to try to infiltrate a aqueduct hideout of a group of folks that are potentially behind some murders and some demons and all kinds of things. Maybe I'll go in and record a reintroduction to this session later on. But this is a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition in Forgotten Realms. And I knew, because I have that new intro that says Wileyverse will start streaming soon, and I have to turn off the audio. I knew it was going to mess up. So, all right. So Maeve has turned herself into the lookout Zud. And that means she only has one spell slot left. I hope you guys don't need healing.
We never need healing.
Says the person that needed the most healing.
So we never need healing. I'm allowed to have healing.
We'll just make her take a long nap.
You need a long nap. Would a long nap be considered a short rest?
Yes.
There you go.
So, she's like, should you be tied up, or am I just dragging you in there by the arm like I defeated you somehow?
You should fake tied up so it'd
I
be
was
more
gonna
surprising.
say.
Right.
Yeah.
So, she pulls out a rope and actually fairly adeptly ties your hands behind your back and puts the end of the rope in your hand. She's like, all you have to do is pull and it'll come right out.
We're like, hey, where'd you come from?
Well, my. The Rouge Rogue. So she walks around the corner with you and's like, "Oi, Burks, found this one trying to get in the pier."
I love how awkward it is. Oi, Burks. This outsider.
This outsider trying to get in the pier. Barmy, huh? Gotta take her to see the boss.
Everyone's like, fucking son is dumb.
Oh my god. Does anyone have inspiration?
Only dating.
Sure do.
Oh no! Alright, so everyone's like,
Shit.
"You feel alright, Zud?" "I think someone else got Barmy." So she then goes like, "Where's the boss lady?" He goes, "I mean, where's the boss lady? Where the boss lady always is." He goes, "Right," and just takes you into the room. You know, like, we're just, fuck it, we're gonna do it live. So she walks in the room, and the room is pretty much the exact same size in here as it is outside.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you still have that paper. I can
No, I threw it in the trash can.
finish drawing it for you.
Is first off, the fourth person, is it Helmut? Is it a Gith person?
No, it is not.
Okay.
So luckily there's only one door out of this place. So she starts heading for that, grabbing you, and then kind of the one guy that was sitting at the table playing dice stands up. The other guy that was off camera, like off around the corner, is like looking like, you know, what is up? What's going on? Where's Brown? Oh, well, gambling, you know, as Brown does.
And then the arrow comes out of the dark and hits the standing guy.
Are you gonna shoot? Or are you gonna?
I'm gonna let Dave play around for a little bit.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not actually doing that.
So
Yeah,
she's heading for the door, and you see the guy at the table, like looking at her, like looks. She looks at, or he looks at someone, you know, the person that's off camera, like does this look, and then he's like, "Aye," and starts pulling out a weapon.
Now I shoot that guy.
Okay.
I don't get advantage because it's sneak.
You do, yeah. He has no idea it's coming. I mean, you get sneak attack because you have advantage. You're getting advantage because he's surprised.
Oh, that's right. Alright. 24.
Yep.
Boom. Hey, my old dice are mine again. Alright.
You mean Galen's dice?
Oh, man. No, I gave Galen these dice. Now I took them back. I'm gonna have to get some Erebor dice. Alright. 9.
Check your sneak attack.
No, is it gotten different?
It might be 2d6 now.
No, it's still 1.
It's still 1d6? Okay. So it's 2d6 at third.
I know, yeah.
So 9.
That should be debilitating.
The one thing this encounter builder needs, D&D Beyond, if you're listening, actually it needs 2 things. But one is the ability to track hit points of the creatures on the app. The second thing it needs is the ability to convert created characters from the character creator, into difficulty levels that you can then add to the encounter. So like if you make, it's a 3rd level wizard and his cronies, you know, his 3 thugs, put 3 thugs in and take that character you built, put them in there and have the difficulty scale.
That's when you would, I was going to say you can do that if you use the handbook, but yeah, what's the point of having this calculator on there if you can't do that as well? And that's an interesting add-on I think would be really useful, especially for people like me that are brand new at that.
So, like, he's looking that way, he starts pulling out a blade, and you just thunk him, like, right in the collarbone. You see him, like, buckle over, and, the moment that happens, so...
You still have the upper hand, right? You can still
yeah,
fight.
like, there's this moment where you're pre-initiative, because they didn't know they were in combat yet. So you have, like, a split second to do something. So I'm going to allow you to do 1 action.
You're not engaged yet, so you can't disengage.
And me and Maeve don't know this is happening because we're spaced out.
Yeah, you're walking away from this.
You wouldn't be surprised by it, though. You do know that it's coming, and you hear a guy.
So
More or less, though, these guys are in the same position, so there's sort of one that can't be seen on the other side of this wall or whatever.
Yep.
And now
He
you
took
sit
out the one sitting at the table next
standing
to him.
up, right?
The other 2 are off
What?
just
2?
talking or whatever.
Say that one more
2 daggers.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
You probably added a dagger that you already had one.
Yeah, you stole 4 daggers from
That just means
Brown.
if you throw one, you lose it if you don't get it back. So
Yeah.
it pays to have them kind of down. You can also do amounts of daggers, I think, if I click on it. Nope. So yeah, you have 2 daggers. I just have 1. So yeah, I would leave it like it is right now. It's just because they're like bow and arrows.
Well, they
A
said
lot more
something
limited.
about that.
Limited. Jesus Christ, limited. They're a lot more limited. It's like I have like a quiver with 20 arrows in it, but you have 2 daggers. So you throw a dagger. It's kind of important that you write that you do that dagger.
and you can use. I'm pretty sure you could use daggers in melee. I mean, you have that. So, like you're over here from this perspective, looking like this way.
Oh, I see. You have both of your daggers.
So there's this archway. There's someone over here, and you're seeing these 3 people at the table. He just got hit. So there's one there.
So I would immediately shoot one of the other ones if I saw that
Okay.
he shot one. an advantage because they don't know this.
Correct.
On my
I get another whatever. I really don't care what I get.
Good thing I have fucking advantage.
Mitch, can you maybe do that person?
do what thing?
Do what thing?
So a 22.
Yeah, that
Those
is.
Bud Lights, perhaps? Mitch aged 20 years since the last game.
Right.
Terrible.
He's getting beat up.
8
Fucking
damage.
horrible. I didn't even do anything.
Oh man,
He said he didn't care what he gets.
I don't know one of the Bud Lights.
Oh shit. I misunderstood.
You did how much?
8.
8.
Oh man.
So you hit the guy in the back that's sitting there. Like, cool. All right. So now we're going to initiative, but everyone knows,
Alright.
like, you guys aren't surprised by this fact. So you just know that they opened up because something was going on back there. You're near the door. You're like 10 feet from the door, like 7 feet from the door.
I don't have a quiver with arrows in it.
I probably just didn't equip it or
See,
wield it.
It's not in my inventory at all, so I'm just gonna have to add
Add
that.
it.
Sorry, yeah.
So yeah, so initiatives.
Ew.
Hey yo.
Is that a 2?
There we go.
No, I got glasses.
Alright. Sorry, 1 second here.
It's fine.
What's your initiative?
0.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's +3 or 4.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I was looking at? Intelligence. My bad.
And yeah, you did that last week
I
too.
did that last week too.
Yep.
Nice.
Inish.
I was like, I'm pretty sure we're all fairly good at initiative,
Oh, cool.
except
Now
for
my
maybe
equipment
Maeve.
only includes my fucking quiver.
What's going on over here, bud?
What the fuck just happened right now? Actions. No, I have everything right here. Short bow. Weird. Equipment. Arrows. There we go. Okay, cool. So this. Oh. It was under arrows, not quiver.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna remove this then.
All right.
Sorry. I apologize.
that's
That was
fine.
my
Starting
bad.
to smell it.
I've only been playing for 2 years.
And thus we have the beginning players tag.
Huh?
Yeah, I got it.
Been nice.
Alright.
Yeah.
Initiative. Sorry.
That's fine. I haven't asked you guys for your initiatives yet. I asked you to roll them, but I haven't started getting them. All right. Erevar.
5.
Lord of.
What? 13.
Jordarai.
21.
Okay.
As usual, your guy's thief goes last.
It's like the first time I've ever. Well, actually, for some reason, Savaroth went first a lot, even
I've
though
been trying to make an active effort not to do these grunts that I do on stream, and I just now I notice that I'm doing that. Yeah.
Side note. Ever since we started playing and we met Maeve, we have been seeing the name Maeve
Yeah.
everywhere.
Really?
Like at least 5 or 6 times. in
So
the
we
last
started
week.
watching that Carnival Row show.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I watched
Yeah.
the first episode.
One of the actresses' name is Maeve. And then in some other show,
Westworld, the main character.
There's
robot woman's name is
Westworld.
Maeve, yeah.
And then at least 2 other times in just like random shows
yeah,
and
and
stuff.
some other character just named
Maeve.
Maeve. Like
The boys.
The Boys, is there
The
some
Boys.
name?
Oh, that's right, Maeve.
Is that the-
Boys.
Uh-huh.
Good fucking show, by the
Also a
way.
really great show, yeah.
A lot of fun.
I read the comic, or at least I read the first one,
Yeah.
and I could not go on. It was so terrible.
Yeah. This,
Like, I'm not saying bad, as in it was poorly written or anything like that.
this is gross.
The content was
Oh.
terrible,
It
and I
gets way
don't know
worse.
if it's in the same. If like
Oh,
the
it gets
first
pretty
event that
bad.
happens is the same in the comic,
Probably.
What do you mean, like gross or like?
like just
Gruesome.
horrible,
Yeah,
just
it's
fucking
gruesome.
horrible.
It's a pretty gruesome show.
Like, yeah, the woman getting killed in the beginning by the speedster, that's one thing. What they do to the new girl is really bad.
They
Yeah.
kind of gloss over that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But they do show that, or they do say that it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Rough.
Yeah.
Also, completely changed the ending.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'm sure they did. It was kind of a weird Scooby-Doo ending. But it's okay.
But, yeah, I just did it again. You hear that little grunt?
You're the only person that hears it.
No, if you watch the stream, it's constant.
Yeah, so
No,
it's
if
one of
you
those things
watch
like
the stream,
you would probably notice it if you.
No, I'm
If
never
it's
gonna
something
not
that
notice
you
it.
do.
God damn it. We should make a compilation video.
When I was on a podcast, and sound editing is fantastic because the ums, the huhs, the coughs, anything, you could just cut those seconds out, and you can't hear it. Like it doesn't sound off, and it's great. But I mean, can't do that in this. It would look like you're skipping time. All right.
All right. The initiative has
21. Jordarai. So now you have a full round of an action, including bonus actions, all that stuff. Just to remind you about your new things, your Hunter's Mark is one bonus action to cast. So you can do it before you shoot.
Can I do it before I shoot?
And remember, if you kill the person, you can then move the Hunter's Mark.
The guy I just shot is still alive.
He is. Everyone is still up.
Well, let's put a mark on him.
All right. He is now Hunter's Mark. I don't think there's a saving throw or anything like that, so yep.
And I'm going to fire away.
Fire away. You don't have advantage anymore. But
yeah, I figured. And I still got a 17.
That'll hit, yeah.
Good thing I got +8 now.
+8, second level.
That's cool as shit.
So it's gonna be 8, but plus 1d6, so 14.
Dead.
Damn.
I just did it.
That's a level 2 arrow right there. That's pretty dope.
If we make it out of these caverns, we'll be unstoppable.
Do I have to recast it when someone dies?
You have to use a bonus action to move it.
But not recast it? Okay.
Nope.
But I have to wait till my next
You have to
round.
wait till your next bonus action, so. It's...
That seems complicated to keep track of.
It's mainly... You always have... Once you cast it, you always have it out for the duration of it, but you have to spend a bonus action if someone died.
Gotcha.
Like, just,
Okay.
you have to get your bonus action to move to someone else.
So that's a more simple way of explaining it. I like that better. So if there's a little bit there, I'm like, wait, what? Every round I
There's
keep
like,
track of that shit?
you know, like, I wanted to say it's kind of like Hunter's Mark in WoW, but it doesn't move in WoW.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just recast it and it's kind of free, but it's more like Warlock curses.
Or nowadays, like rogue combo points.
You can
Certain specs have like where you kill someone, the next person you attack.
And
you
I
have those
actually
combo
think what I'm thinking of is Diablo. The monk's marks and things like that. When you kill someone with it, it'll automatically transfer to another person. So it's always up on something. All right, that was 21. So you pull back, shoot, and it just pierces that guy. He was like trying to stand up, already got hit by you, and another arrow goes to his back, and he just pitches face first into the table. Then, like, Maeve looks over and sees, arrows pelting this guy. So she is going to... no, not that. She's going for the door. So...
She's like, I'm out!
Like, there's a guy behind you guys right now.
Yeah.
But she's, like, tunnel visioned on the task at hand now that things are falling out of place.
I'm probably gonna just tell her to, like, go. I'm gonna help these guys.
So she walks, I mean, it's right there, 5 feet away, steps up, swings open the door, and
It's a
you
displacer
don't
beast.
exactly know what she sees, but
Yes,
she's staring inside.
Hopefully there's no-
She can't use her bonus action to skinny what she sees.
Maybe about to get.
I mean, speech is a free action, isn't it?
It is, but I want to see if she can do, if she's going to do anything else.
So you tell me she sees something and it's not good.
She's looking in, and she kind of stops, like she doesn't know what's happening. Because, I mean, like, there could be 30 people in there.
We can only tell Laura does at this point, right?
Oh, she can yell it.
I mean, she can yell and alert everyone.
I'm not leaving right back.
He's gonna go change his
I'm
diaper.
just gonna the old man. I'm gonna look at what she can do. She wants to save her spell slot.
Make fun of other people.
So I just did it again. I did it again. She doesn't yell out, but she does say, "I think that's the Gith."
Oh fuck. That's what I say. I say, oh fuck.
Oh fuck! Your free speaking action.
So at this point, I'm like turning in circles, and I'm like,
Because there's a guy like right 10 feet from you, behind you, 5 feet from you.
Did you say the Geth, the hive mind species from?
The Geth.
Alright, I'm gonna take out this guy so he just can't come up behind us.
Alright. So, yeah, let's... Oh, it's... Hold on, let me see whose turn it is. Yes, it is your turn. So she yells that, you yell, oh fuck, and then punch that guy. Go for it.
Oh no! Alright.
What?
It's too late.
What?
I didn't have time to yell. It's okay. I should have yelled it sooner. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
She didn't yell that, so you don't know.
Oh, okay, it's only word.
She just said it, like...
Gotcha.
I think that's the gift.
Never mind.
But that's why I was like saying, like, if she only speaks, I think she's the only one close enough to hear her.
Correct.
I'm way the fuck away. Like, I can't hear
What?
I got 18.
shit. He said that when we were
yeah,
talking
that
about
is.
the boys. You know?
It was too rough for my
Yeah.
So-
sensitivities.
What's my new things?
So you can spin. So you hit. So let's go ahead and do damage on that and see where you're at.
4. Wait, plus 4. 8.
I
Math.
was like, you
Math.
So,
Math is not much.
and then you also get to hit again, don't
Don't
you?
you have the
And I
flurry?
get it.
Now she can.
Wait, don't I get a hit again without spending any?
So without spending any key, you can use your bonus action to just hit again. If you spend a key, you can spend your bonus action to hit twice. So you can basically turn your once to twice.
I'm just gonna
But-
hit once this time.
Yeah, because you only have 2 of those.
I know. Okay.
Until you take a nap.
Yes.
14?
Yeah, that hits.
7.
Nice. Damn. It's 15 damage on that guy.
Yep. You punch into them, and like Zud and Brone, the guys at the table that you've been shooting, they look kind of like floppy, deckhandish mooks. The guy you're punching, he looks like a fighter. Like he looks like, you know, he's built. He's been moving heavy stuff his entire life. So he takes those hits and just kind of.
It sounds like
So-
he lifts heavy things for fun.
You
That's what Josh always says his hobby is to lift heavy things for fun.
So that was
Taylor
13.
was like, you should
Now-
work out with Josh. I was like, fuck
No. Why would anyone do that?
Josh lives in like almost double,
so-
more than triple my body weight when he lives.
You still have movement if you want to use it, but if you use it, he gets to hit you. If you want to stay here and keep him engaged, then you can stay there.
I'll stay here.
All right. Then I guess that's them. That's the other people. Actually, I screwed that up. The other people should have gone first, but it wouldn't have mattered. He would have come up to you and hit you anyway. All right. One guy's face down on the table. He's not moving. The guy that stood up and you hit in the collarbone was drawing his sword. So he finishes drawing that, and then he runs off to the side to not get shot anymore. So now he's behind the wall on the right-hand side, and like he goes over there, he's like, hits his back. He's like, oh. And he looks over and sees you fighting the other dude over there. He's like, oh crap! The last guy picks up a crossbow and tries to shoot you.
Me?
Yes,
I'm hidden
you're shooting him.
And maybe we shouldn't see these, but like, are they them?
No.
Got it.
So the guy
And I
I
was like, that's lower than.
No.
the guy I arrowed ran off into the corner.
Yeah, he ran forward,
Gotcha.
so he's behind. He's
Yeah.
off the archway. You can't see him anymore. The other guy's shooting, and you, if you won, you could have used your movement to move back behind the wall.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
not.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would like to have if that was an option.
Yeah. What about you? I mean, there's nothing stopping you from moving, attacking, moving. So you could like jump out, shoot, jump back. But then you lose sight of them. So you don't know where people moved.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So he's shooting you.
No, I'm good. He's shooting you now.
He gets a
12? 13?
19.
Huh.
Yeah, he gets a 19. What he pulled up, so you didn't realize this before, but you saw it. You thought it was like a mug or something. It's in the dark. But he grabs it and lifts it up, and it's a heavy crossbow.
Dope.
Thing launches into you. It's probably not going to be.
I move behind a wall.
It's probably not going to be as impressive as I just made it out to be. 3. So it glances. You know, you just. Ah!
What are the other cool little things?
Now.
I'm a moderator, and I don't know what the sword is.
That's moderator.
What's the crown then?
Oh no, sorry. Crown is moderator. What's the sword? No, that crown is Twitch Prime.
Crown is Prime.
And 3-month subscriber is the red W. So Prime subscription is the crown, moderator is the sword, and your red W for 3 months.
What would, oh, okay.
Why? What else are you looking at?
Nothing, it's just that Kim doesn't have any of those things except for the red W.
Yeah, so she's not a moderator.
Yeah.
She didn't use Twitch Prime.
You just wanted to rub it in. It's fine.
Well, you just asked, I was just saying.
You're an ass.
I'll show you an ask.
Oh, you didn't say that, did you?
No.
You just asked.
Sorry.
I was like, you're an ass.
Fuck you!
Well, it says.
Like one of those things where like one's a moderator, you fucking suck. I'm not sure what I just did earlier. Sorry, I'm running out of steam.
Chug some of that wine, I feel better.
That might make me sick.
Yeah, he can't do wine.
Oh,
Sulfites.
yeah. Whatever, you can't get sicker.
But one would hope.
Where's
Right?
that moderator?
Actually, most of the time
not
in
there.
white wines, I can usually do it, but wine.
Except next time we
Put me in timeout?
get drunk enough to
where's
do
the-
suicide shots for one another, you'll be doing wine again.
No, please don't
I
do
don't
that.
know. It's weird. Maybe we have to be friends before I can make you moderator?
It'll
Alright.
slowly hurt me every time I have antibiotics.
So, you get hit, and he like sets the sets the crossbow down, and starts to reload it, which is a process for a heavy crossbow. It's got a winch.
Back to the top of the order.
No, unless you don't want to go.
I was like, yeah, we're finally
You
haven't even gone yet.
Man.
I mean, we can.
Everybody's
No,
sleeping in a
sorry.
corner.
Right.
Go.
All right, I'm gonna cross the distance up to that arch to try to find the guy that I shot already and shoot him again.
So, you can move up.
So if the arch is here, that dude ran up forward and is up against this piece of the arch.
So
right
you're
there.
looking from this way.
Yeah.
He ran over here.
And I'm gonna run up to the other arch.
You
right
want to
there.
look there
Yes.
and shoot him that
Shoot
way.
him that way,
Okay,
yes.
go for it.
Rainbow style.
Also, realize that the guy with the heavy crossbow is now like
Yeah,
right
I get
there
it.
to you.
I get it. 11.
That misses.
In classic Erevar style.
That was with all your bonuses.
Yeah.
You rolled like a 6 or
I
something.
did roll 6. I gotta get some new dice keys.
Okay.
Alright.
back to the top of the river.
Now it's back to the top of the order with Jordan.
Help!
How far away is this dude that just shot me with a stupid crossbow?
Like 40 feet.
And I can't move that fast unless I use my other spell.
Like you're trying to get into melee with him?
Yeah.
You realize that you're an archer.
I know,
And you're
but
so much better at it.
Well, then use my bonus action to do the hunter's mark to him,
I
and
just
then
want to punch him.
let's shoot him.
It's weird that we have an entire crew of archers this time.
Because they were
Yeah.
in my
Two,
purse.
they have 3 ranged pretty much.
Yeah.
You're ranged. Well,
She's a monk.
technically,
she has a longbow.
you are not going to be ranged.
No.
Swashbucklers are duelists.
Yes, I just
So
right now I'm not very apt at
and
that.
she has the ability to use a bow or crossbow, but she's going to be a puncher.
Yeah.
Maeve is a crossbow person. She doesn't want to get close at all. So
12.
That was 2. That one, so
Can
yes,
I
that
sneak
hits.
attack with a rapier?
You can sneak attack with anything.
Fuck yeah, I can.
You can sneak attack with a two-handed sword. I mean, you're not good at a two-handed sword, but you can... Anything you hit with can be a sneak attack. You have to have advantage, or someone else has to be engaged, or, as the swashbuckler, you always get your sneak attack if it's just you alone fighting a creature.
That's right.
That's what's, like, crazy about it.
Yeah.
If you duel people,
That's right.
you always get your sneak attack when you get that level. One more level.
I know.
Kaylin still has to decide.
I thought we talked about doing the astral thing.
We talked about it. I don't know if...
And then I was like, that sounds dope.
Okay. It is pretty dope. We might have to change your character a bit. Because you didn't build it at the beginning to go into it. Because they only use wisdom. They don't use dex. So you put wisdom as your secondary score.
Oh.
And you're... we'll talk about it.
14.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying. We'll mess some things up. Damage?
Yeah.
This is the one you've already hit, right?
No, I took down the one I already hit, and I used my bonus action to move
He
my
killed
hunter's
that
mark.
other guy.
Right.
So I moved my bonus action.
Oh,
to
right. Yep.
The guy.
This
that
guy
just
hasn't
tried
it.
to shoot
So
me.
14?
Yeah.
Dunk into him. Much like the guy you're facing, this guy looks to be of sterner stuff. He's he's more of a toughie.
And
beefcake.
now I'm allowed to move behind the wall.
You are.
I'm doing that this time.
Hang me out to dry.
Fucking awesome.
Oh, Erevar, good luck. Good luck with this coming turn.
He's alright.
16. Maeve just says, "What do I do?" You're kind of in the thing now.
They're still over there just staring at
Yeah,
the thing.
you see Maeve looking into the room. You don't know what she said before, but now she's saying, "What do I do?" And you know what she said before. So
Does she have any sort of spells that can subdue? Like, I don't know what her spell list is like.
also, like, she said this before when she was casting Disguise Self.
Well,
That leaves her only one
I
spell
get
slot
that.
in case you need healing.
I know that.
So,
Is there anywhere she can hide out of the way?
she can try to charm.
No.
That's about
very
it.
Interesting. Okay, fuck, without knowing what's going on back
What
there,
do you
things
say?
like that.
Did you say something?
I was asking if there's anywhere Maeve can, like, hide out of the way.
Oh, I mean,
or-
she could just get out of the doorway and...
That's what I was going to say. If she says, what do I do, then I'm going to
I
yell,
was just
take
like,
cover.
Yeah,
you know?
get out of the way.
Yeah.
Maeve cries and says, "You're being rude."
Yeah, so...
Yeah,
I don't know
take
if I want
cover.
to be shitty about it. Nope. Yeah, she just shuts the door.
Perfect. Is she friends with that gnome guy we used to get on?
That's getting out of the way.
Exactly.
What was that gnome's name? I forgot that guy's name.
Dorbin Callus.
Fucking Dorbin.
Dorbin Callis!
He was
Gnome.
The guy was fucking...
What do you do? I
useless.
disengage. Then
I
I'm
could
gonna throw
disengage.
darts.
I could disengage.
Are you using the spell slots?
Gnope.
No, fuck that. I'm throwing darts.
Darts all day long.
No,
All
the
right.
whole time, like, what do you use on your spells? I only got 3 spell slots. We're like, this is already level 2.
Okay, so she shuts the door. She has no idea what else to do. That's kind of like a movement bonus action. So she turns around and sees like all this other stuff going on. So she's like, picks up her crossbow and shoots.
Georgia right.
Yeah, right into. Oh no, he hit. So it's you.
Yeah.
Maeve turns on the party.
She's the guy
Not
that's
yet.
She's the guy that's already got an arrow in him.
God,
We've
give
been
it some
pretty
time.
rough to our NPCs. If they turned on us, I would not be surprised.
I saved her life.
Yeah, she's gonna shoot the one you shot at
Alright. Try to steal
because she misses. It's like the crossbow smashes into the wall next to him, splinters everywhere. She was too afraid to like she might hit you. So.
That dude's having a rough day.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Blue cheese?
Some of my side works.
You didn't fill blue cheese.
It's okay. She knows the jackass that works tomorrow morning.
Jared, that's a weird way to talk about
He
Jared.
would be me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm surprised she didn't leave all the silverware for you.
Most of it.
She left some of it. I helped her roll some.
All
so
right.
Alright.
So that was 16. So before Laura Dove goes, 13 on 13, 14 goes, which is them. The guy, like, an arrow passed by him this way, a crossbow bolt slammed that way. He's got a crossbow bolt in his collarbone. He, like, falls to his knees. Yeah, falls to his knees, drops his sword. He's like, oh, don't hurt me.
Score.
The one on you, let's see what he does.
Were you rolling to see what he does?
I'm just looking at his options. He pulls out a scimitar and sausage.
This is the one on Lorda.
Yes. 19, I believe, hits you.
Show does.
I'm just supposed to be using their Yasa dice for any rolls.
Specific enemies.
Oh, damn it.
6 damage.
Alright.
Alright. So that one gave up. The other one did that. Your turn.
Punch him. Natural 20.
Get out of here, really?
Alright, so that hits. What is... Just look at your damage and assume you rolled max. What is it?
8.
Now, what is the die component of it? It's a d4?
Yeah.
Roll that again. So you're starting with 8 and you're going to add a d4 to it. 10. So you've done 10 to this guy.
And that's just with one hit. When
Huh?
she gets to, I'm just saying, that's just one hit.
That's just one hit, yes.
Now she gets to hit.
Now she... And you can spin key to hit him multiple times. You have to decide that before you start hitting, though. That seems like a good solid
I
hit.
only have 2 keys that I should save it for the big...
You gotta remember, we're level 2, so things that we're gonna be fighting and things like that, you know, we're going into rooms that are kind of built for us to be level 2. I'm not trying to give anything away or make it take you out of character. If you want to save, save. Remember, when we get to Helmia, the real trick is going to be trying to catch her. We already got one guy that's given up in this room, so we can get more information from him if she gets away.
Nope, never mind. You don't have that ability. So,
Yeah.
Should hit him again.
hit
So
him.
you are in charge of your character, so you decide what you want to do. If you want to save your key, save it. If you want to use it, but don't think of this as like an ongoing, forever 20-room fight. We've already found Helmia, sort of. Unless she's running right now, and she's probably running.
Who knows? Maybe she's preparing to fight.
11.
That's for double guessing usually.
That hits.
Damn it!
And I do want to say, because you missed with an 11 before, there are 2 different types of enemies here.
I get you.
And oddly enough, the weaker ones are easier to hit.
8. 8
I mean,
damage.
are harder to hit.
because they're slicker.
8 damage.
Ooh.
So alive by 1.
No. Down by 1. So,
He did it.
and he goes down. Just like, he swings that scimitar, gets the good hit, and he's like, ha! And you just rock him 2 in the jaw, and he just, like a light, hits the ground.
He hit me.
He hit you with the scimitar. Yep. He's got a slash against you and was very proud of it.
The
Too
other
prideful.
One, the other one was too busy loading up its...
Yes.
I don't know
So-
what kind of
oh no,
creature
I forgot to shoot with him,
centaur
didn't I?
is called.
I did forget to shoot.
Well, I thought maybe because it was a process.
No, as long as you cannot take multiple attacks with those weapons, even if you have them, and you must take your bonus action to do it. And he used his bonus action last turn to load it, so it was ready to fire. So I'm gonna go back and do that, and he's shooting Mitch. Sorry for missing that. He missed anyway. So like, he literally did it. He was panicked that you were running up, and just lifts it up and fires too early. Like grabs the handle almost as he's picking up the crossbow, and it goes right into the water.
Into the same school of combat that Maeve went to.
He rolled a 2, so into the water. So yeah, that was that. Lord of went,
That's just
took
me,
him
man.
out. Well, not necessarily. Hold on.
Hold on there.
No, it is you. Go. I just want to make you wait. Know your roll.
Gotcha.
Oh, I forgot to. Nat 20.
Nice. I'm going to shoot at the crossbow person. Or no, rapier that person. Get rapiered with my 14.
That hits.
Alright.
Remember, you are not a swashbuckler yet,
I know.
so you don't get your
That's
sneak
okay.
attack.
I still get,
You wouldn't have gotten
I
sneak
get
attack
more damage
anyway.
with this one anyway, or more potential damage.
Yes. Go for it. Actually,
Excellent. 9. Fuck that guy.
9.
Use my free action to call it a sissy girl.
Oh.
So he dies.
He doesn't die.
Yeah, no.
What?
No way. All I do is poking. I hit that other guy with my arrow for 9 damage and he stood up. He's still running around in here. Oh, he gave up after we
You
shot
gave
this
up,
but
yeah.
I could have swore I hit this guy for 14.
You
or
did,
something.
for 14.
And you hit him for 9.
Uh-huh.
Still...
She hit hers for 15, then 10, then 8.
Jesus.
And
always-
yours is still up, too?
It's always
Nope.
fun to listen
Hers
to
dropped.
tanks
Hers
damage, like
dropped.
when we play with
So this is
you
like,
can hear what-
and this is the
character would
what
be
type of
like.
meta players? Like, guys, I figured out they have a 15 armor class because you
Yeah.
rolled it. Like, you're trying to figure it out now. You're doing the math. Like, how many hit points does this guy have?
It's like counting cards for hit point.
Yep, and it's fine. It's fine to do that
So he had
for me
32.
for meta.
So you had 32.
He had 32. Yeah, he has 32. He's done 23 to him.
It's funny, actually, I really never do that. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
it just seems like they've taken a lot of damage. Should they be down by now? Or like,
Yeah.
no, we haven't done shit to them, so they're probably
well,
down.
Wiley will usually describe like he looks shitty, or like that one got him in the throat. Like,
Yeah.
that's usually how I keep track of what's going on.
Like the one guy you hit. Like I said, he took it in the collarbone. He's crumpled over. Like
Exactly.
that arm is limp.
That's a high rate
So
of
for him,
damage.
for the other guys, they only have 11 hit points. He did 9.
You got some extra damage.
So. All right, that was on 5. You moved up, rapiered the heavy crossbowman. Then something else. Something happens.
What? What happens?
Hmm?
What do you mean something happens?
Hmm.
You don't see what happens?
Nope.
The fuck does that mean?
Have you ever played like XCOM or anything like that? When it's the enemy's turn and you just hear, and you can't see anything, but you hear all the sound effects of their actions and their movements. Something happens, and then it's the top of the order at 21. Short eye. Who are you shooting?
Unknown.
Aravar.
Okay, get him.
Shooting arrow bar.
No, I throw Aravar.
Let's not do that again.
I mean, if this one guy's still
And he's the only one in your
is
line of
all I
sight.
can see, so time to take him down with a 27.
That hits.
That hits, man. He's got a low.
Oh, did you? I'm assuming you moved your.
He still has it.
Oh, he's the same one here. Yeah. But you have the other guy. for a
So
second.
that's going to be 11, 12.
Yeah, he drops.
I've softened him up for you.
I loosened him up.
I literally stabbed him. Blech.
You already had an arrow in him before you even touched him.
He hadn't been shot yet, had he?
Yeah, he shot him once. Then you rapiered him. Then he shot him again.
Bitch.
There
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah. Okay, so that is 21. There's one guy. He's on the ground and he just has his hands up. He's like, "Oh, don't hurt me." Everyone else, like one guy's face down on the table. Yours went out like a light and collapsed. That one, after you rapiered him, he was kind of like trying to back up, and then another arrow thunks into him, and he pitches back. You really don't know the state of the rest, except for they fell down. And you know that one is still like on his knees, and he's given up. But that's everyone in the room. So everyone in the room is currently not a threat, unless you do something dumb and they become a threat again.
Well,
Well, I'll tell Maeve to go ahead and tie up
the two I took down are dead, right?
You don't know. I mean, you're not a...
Okay.
You just
You
saw an
never
arrow go
talked
into him
to
and he... Like, you're not examining them.
Yes.
You're pretty sure the one face down on the table, since he hasn't moved this entire, 15 seconds or 20 seconds, he's probably dead or passed out.
Got it.
The one you just hit, you think you got a solid hit. But, I mean, you know how to kill people with your hands. You did just bludgeon him to death, or bludgeon him down. So, he may still be alive, he may not.
Well, let's order Maeve to tie up the quitter and then make our way to the door.
Can you not order Maeve to do anything? She's a human.
I shouldn't say order, just suggest. She's the one with the knots. This guy's giving up, but we're going to tie him up.
She's
if
not
Maeve
human.
escapes, we might be
She's
able to
a
get...
halfling.
No, she's human.
Is she human?
Yeah.
Nobody knows Maeve like I know Maeve.
So, I originally had a
Intimately.
halfling bard as the NPC, and then I realized that I needed to do something else. So, she is a human cleric.
So if I would ask her nicely to tie up let's make our way for the door.
You're a sailor. You probably bark it out, but it's not,
So
Maeve, tie her up!
get to it, and then let's go to the door.
So
Lord up on the door.
on 16, because you went on 21, 16, Maeve hears that order and heads over to that guy and pulls out another length of rope, which seems to be perfectly cut size to tie someone up. Much like she had on you.
Weird. Anyway, how do you know this person intimately?
No one knows this person intimately. Except for, I mean, she slept with her. In the same bed.
I get it. Yeah, so let's make our way to the door. I would say to you anyway.
So, Maeve is tying up the guy.
It makes sense to have the order be you, me, Jordarai.
On 14, the guy sits there and lets it happen. And then it's Loradov. So.
Or actually, I'll go first. I'll throw open the door and you can jump in.
That's not the initiative order, though. So, Loradov. He's saying stuff to do.
Okay. So you were trying to...
He is probably the most experienced, for this kind of work.
You want me to go through the door?
What?
You want me to go through the door?
We'll throw it open, at least.
I'd throw open the door.
You use 1/4 of your movement, go over there and throw open that door. You're looking into a room.
Is it this shape?
Maybe we
No.
made a cranberry lot.
It is... Wait, let me see that again. No.
It's like the same octagon we've been using forever.
It's a largest room. It is as large as basically the room you're in, plus the beyond the archway to the steps down. So it's kind of like just as wide as the entire space you've been fighting in. It's got a roundy wall on one side, so you throw it open, you see a roundy wall there. And if you look the other way, it has a nook in that back part, so it goes around, it has a little nook. And then there's a door, or it's a door, it's a gate. It's a metal gate. This is a sewer, so they just have gates instead of doors a lot of the times, though you went through a door. It's a gate. The gate is shut. This room, on your quick inspection as you go in, open it, there is no gift, there is no person in here. There's a table with a whole bunch of paperwork all over it of varying sizes. There's a bed in the roundy part, and there's like stacks of crates and stuff in the nook, and that's what you're like getting.
Can I ask Maeve what were you staring at so intently?
She was at the table. She was at the table. And you still, so it's free actions, but you still have 30 feet of movement. And you haven't you've used your bonus action to open the door. So you have 30 feet of movement, and you can still dash another 40 feet.
It may be trapped.
It could be trapped if you go running in there, but you don't know that. You may know that.
Should I check for traps?
You
Should you
can,
check
but
for
it's not my turn. We're still technically in combat, so we don't
And,
know where one of the aggressors is.
You know that it could have been 3 turns that this Gith had a chance to move and do stuff. So they're obviously not in this room that you see.
We all heard this noise that something happened, right?
No, something happened. We did.
Yeah, something was going on in there.
He's just letting us know
Several
there's another
turns ago,
turn in
like-
combat.
I
Yeah.
guess I go to the table and see what's there.
So to show you the entire thing, This doesn't exist, by the way. This is the rough rock pathway. You guys turned into here. This is where that entire combat took place. The table is right here. You've gone through this door, which is into this room.
We haven't gone through it yet.
So
I can see every part of it.
You can pretty much see all of this. I mean, you don't see this barrel in the back corner, but there's just stuff in this room.
Kind of am curious as to what's on the table.
Okay. So you move up there and start inspecting.
Make I die.
Make an investigation. I mean, you see all the stuff on there, but you're trying to make a quick assessment of what that stuff is.
12.
The primary thing you see is maps. You see at least 2 maps laid out on hand-drawn grid, probably sewer maps. Maps of the sewers.
You just pocket them.
They're big.
Like
they're
huge?
Yeah, they're big pieces of paper.
I have huge
Like
pockets.
yeah. Like
You have huge pockets.
roll up.
Huge pockets.
I mean, there's nothing in here stopping you from looting this place later on. So
Well, I just didn't know if it would help us to move further in.
and you're most likely should be moving further in. But there's no one that's going to come in here and clean this place out that you know of.
Not to mention, if we take the time to investigate the maps, it's another turn, another turn, another turn.
Your payday is getting away. You are at least 50 gold.
Unless she's hidden in this room.
Alright, so that was on 13. So 5. Ervar.
Alright, can I make my way all the way up to the gate with my time, or my space, or no? The room seems small, but I don't want to...
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than this in grids,
The
but
movement's 180 feet.
the
Divided by
movement's
6.
60. If you use both actions to move. If you use your action to move and your movement. So let me just count those out. Hold on. You would get to 5 feet before the gate with your regular movement. You can spend your action to dash and your bonus to open the gate if it's unlocked.
Well, I don't really want to open it. I want to see if it's locked or check it for traps, but I'll be wasting my action by getting all the way up there.
Correct. Well, you can, as you're moving up to it, you can start scanning it for traps. So you'll at least do that. So
Let's just get my way up.
you're out there. You're looking it all over for traps. So a perception.
I wonder how many times I've rolled a d12 thinking it was a d20. I picked that thing up a lot. 14, I believe.
Looks clear.
Well, it depends on how many nights you've had Benadryl with alcohol. Plus tonight.
Benadryl doesn't affect me when I drink the alcohol. I can eat 5 or
Or
6
how
of
about
those.
the
Oh, that stuff.
That's a little different.
Yeah, that knocked us all
That
out.
was very strange.
Can I get another thingamajig? Yes. What?
I put
Kaylin tends to put whatever the rogue is on the team, she puts it down as her enemy. She's down Kamir too, I believe.
Nice. Inspiration.
Yay.
Good use of the character sheet notes.
I put error bars on it.
So on D&D Beyond, there's a description tab, and it has all these different spaces, and one of those is enemies, right? Enemies. Enemies, and she always writes in Mitch's rogue. Always the enemy. She tried to throw him once.
I succeeded.
That was pre-Kamir
first
too. I
game.
don't remember which rogue that was.
That was.
I don't remember what his name was, but that was the one you separated.
You were like a
the party.
gnome or something like that.
Yeah.
You were your monk.
It was
You were
my
the ranger. and he
Very
was a
first
gnome.
ever game.
I think you were a fighter actually that first time.
It was, and that was when I didn't. I was just like.
I was like, what are you guys talking about? You're like, get away from me, you
I was-
little shit. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, that character's going to go alright.
Alright, so. It looks clear. It doesn't look like there's any traps.
Okay.
That was on 5.
Does the door look locked too, or is that too many, like, look-arounds?
It's really hard to tell because it's one of those locks that it has a plate over it because you don't want people just reaching through the grate, messing with it.
That makes
It's
sense.
locked from both ways. It looks firmly latched. It's like it is latched, so it's not like hanging open or someone like threw it closed type of thing and it bounced. So it's at least has been shut all the way, which is the position you need to lock it. 21.
It's gonna like me.
Need
I'm
it?
so far away still. Like I'm.
Yeah, you're
The fuck back in.
you're out here,
I don't think she's.
and this is a longer
I don't think
That-
she's.
yeah,
that
that's
hallway,
right.
but yeah,
So I want to. Obviously, I can move into the room at this point, right?
yeah, you have 30 feet of movement, so
Use the rest to look for her in here. Spread out before we move on.
I'm not in. I'm still in that
Well,
first
you're not-
room
you're
where
not-
all the combat happened. Like that's where I just moved into, right?
You just
Mhm.
moved into the combat room?
Yes.
Hey, we left you behind, didn't we?
Yeah.
yeah, he was shooting.
Can I
As he
try to
does.
retrieve arrows from the people I shot?
Yep. You get the 2 back that are in that guy's back.
Sorry, actually, I've been keeping track of the number of arrows I've shot on purpose.
You have been.
Because I've already lost 2
Good.
arrows from a previous battle because I wasn't thinking.
So I shot the big crossbow guy twice.
Well, you
Shot
can only
the
get so
other
many. So the first guy in your path is the guy you shot in the back twice and you slumped over. So you can get both of those back.
Not the other guy.
Not yet. You can't get over there yet.
Yeah. So this.
Throw them back in your quiver. Very Legolas thing to do. Picking up arrows from the dead. That was 21.
You guys.
16.
I tried to catch up.
Maeve finishes the binding and like calls out, "Lord of, you okay?"
All good in here. You doing all right, buddy?
Yeah. Is there no Gith in there?
I don't see anything.
He's like in a truck stop bathroom. Got TP in there. Yeah, toss one over.
So
can't spare a
that's
score.
all she can do.
Can't spare a score.
Next is Lord of. If you want to take an entire action, you can scoop everything up and pack it.
I think you should look for gifts.
Say like
Or you can try to look around the room
I
more.
was gonna
and-
say like look around like in all the darkest corners.
Investigation.
And, fuck.
I think
Investigation's terrible.
Is your perception better?
As long as you have perception, it doesn't matter what your
Pretty sure
investigation
perception's
is.
gotta be better.
Yeah, my perception's good.
So, I'll let you roll perception just to get details, but you're not gonna get information from your surroundings. I'm just gonna say what you see. Investigation is, you see this and it means this.
Should I just investigate
You've
it? then?
got investigation. Your investigation can only get better from that.
Not entirely true. Don't you have to take the second roll, or you just have to take the
No, you just
better
take
roll?
whatever one's
You have
better.
to take the better roll.
Okay, I'll just do
Disadvantages take the worst roll, advantages take the better roll, and inspiration gives you advantage.
Re-roll would be taking the second.
15.
Hey, 15's not bad.
15 is not bad, but before I say what you see and what you get and anything else, before you know success or failure, do you want to use your inspiration? Okay. You notice that there's a lot of toppled over items in the nook. So there's kind of like crates and stuff on top of them and all kinds of like just stuff in this little nook right here.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that some of them like have fallen down and are in disarray, like something over there was moved or pushed or changed in a hurry.
If there was a window there, it'd be a good place to eat breakfast or maybe even brunch.
Right. You also get a little bit more information about what's on the table. Besides just maps, you see lists. Looks like there's some things that are in common, or at least a common style language, and there's some things in a language you don't understand. But it looks like this is a bunch of paperwork about, like, it looks like work. It looks like a duty roster, and there's 2 different maps of the same place. One has markings on areas independently, and the other one has pathings, and then notes in the margins, like a legend. So,
Now, is that little nook like is like just from what I can see, does it look like there can be someone hiding over there?
Yeah, like there's enough stuff over there that someone could be hiding back there.
So I'm just gonna do like.
You don't notice someone hiding back there,
Yeah,
but
I'm just gonna be like.
it could be.
Kind of like motion to like maybe like that area.
So you get his attention, and you're like, she points
I'm
that way.
fucking busy. I'm not getting
Yeah.
one near you. Can't poke.
Well, she has her whole movement,
Oh, that's right,
so
right,
she
right,
can
right.
absolutely. She looks at this, she looks up there, she can move over to you, tap you on the shoulder, and go.
It's very thieves' cant of you. I like it.
It's Thieves' Cant without knowing Thieves' Cant,
Yeah.
which you can use your erudition to learn if you get
That would be
10.
dope.
If all you guys can learn Thieves' Cant,
Yeah, that would be pretty dope.
What do you want to learn?
I'm just saying, like, me getting erudition is gonna take
work
some
on
time.
it, buddy.
Not with
Work
that
on it.
attitude, pal.
Right. So.
Come with a new accent every week.
Jordan weird.
Like,
Is he
It's such a-
Scottish
it's such
or
a,
is he
like,
Chinese. I
such
can't
an
tell.
underhanded low chuckle right there. Go ahead and take inspiration.
Me?
No,
Yeah.
you're just getting pity and spoke.
Like, no, like, there's a, good luck with me doing that.
I guess I'll just never get inspiration. He's the Eeyore of D&D.
The last game I had Robert to get inspiration off of. I don't have that.
That's
anymore.
true. Actually, you were just doing to him what she's doing to you right now.
It's pretty
Karma's a
correct.
bitch. So is Laura Duff.
Inspiration's a bitch.
All right, so it is now your turn.
Oh, it's about me now.
Yeah.
Can I?
You can move up. You can inspect. You can.
No, I want to go back to where she's pointing and
But no.
search for entrances, exits, that sort of things.
Alrighty then.
Alright,
Investigation.
what that says.
Is that a natural one?
That's a 6.
You got your key.
Oh, this says a.
That's pretty from here.
It is. But it has a weird number on it. I think it's 16.
Oh, the
11.
ones are like that too. The ones are
So the
eyes.
16, the 1 is like so much smaller.
Oh, yeah.
Then
Yeah,
the-
that's how they are on this dice. Like for the
Yeah.
15 and the 17.
Yeah, the 19's the same way here.
16.
17.
It looks almost like an eye.
Yeah.
Yee.
I just rolled an I6.
Looks like it
Bingo.
starts from,
Graphics.
So play battleship.
So
starts from 13 and above.
Give me some inspiration. I can re-roll that investigation. No, all right. Then I rolled a 10.
he has
Oh,
it
sorry.
right now. Does anyone want to give him inspiration?
To Erevar?
Yeah.
Teammates for life.
Yeah.
Especially for the boss and the guy who's like
All
searching for the
right.
exit.
You're looking through over there. First off, you obviously do not find a person hiding back there.
Yeah.
But there are some crates. I mean, I guess they could be big enough to have a person in them. But you don't know what she saw and what she's talking about.
Yeah. All right. That's my turn.
We're just chilling in this room for a while. We're like,
Well,
Back to the top of the
since
21?
we're technically chasing someone, we're doing it round by round by round by round by round.
Yeah.
So what we're really doing is we're running out of time drastically. So
can we just go through this gate?
thank you for the inspiration, guys.
Can you go through what?
I don't know. We haven't even inspected it yet. I came back to inspect what you pointed at as a source of possibly hidden
Yeah.
person.
One's bitter.
All right.
No, I'm
So
not bitter at all. I'm just telling you that if we're doing this in a turn manner, you got to think about them in turns.
yeah. So at this point, we're gonna exit turns because there's no point.
Who knows where it is now?
So what are you doing? You're gonna finish retrieving your arrows.
Yeah.
You get one out of the guy in the back.
Also,
It's
do
his
these
fault.
guys have short
It's
swords?
his fault. It's somebody's fault.
They have
What do you think about turns?
scimitars. Do
Scimitars do.
they do finesse?
Because remember we had this talk that like
Right.
I need to get rid of this hand axe
So-
and mace.
2 guys have maces, which don't help you, and 2 guys have scimitars, which I'm pretty sure are finesse. But and you know how to use them.
Yeah,
So-
finesse.
Yep. So take a scimitar.
Just one?
Or 2. I mean, you can take both. You're getting arrows back. You're looting bodies. Well, you're taking weapons. Maeve runs into the room, and she's like looking around. Like, she was right there. And like points at the end of the table.
So since I don't see anything in the nook, I'm gonna go back to the gate door and see if it's locked.
It's not locked.
It's not locked. Alright, so no clues there. It's not trapped.
It's not trapped. Well, you want to look at it
Yeah,
more.
Untrap it. Untrap it.
Perception.
Fuck me. 13.
Not investigation.
Yeah.
Runesmith, fight me.
13. Who's Runesmith?
Runesmith is a D&D YouTuber.
Oh.
He does some great stuff. Like, he's the guy I sent you the basically demons, basically devils.
Mm-hmm.
But he believes finding traps is investigation. Even though it specifically states in the DMG it's a perception roll. I'm not better. I'm just telling him, fight me.
You just said that.
Fight me. Because he did it's an investigation roll, don't at me. And I just added them. Don't at me.
Gotcha.
No at-backs.
No at-backs.
Inspiration?
It's getting fucking dirty. Right.
You, what'd you roll?
Shit. A 13, sorry.
Looks clear.
Alright, cool. No traps.
What are you doing? I mean, he looked over, he says, I don't know what you're doing, and he goes back to the gate.
Hey, Fish Chin.
Hey, Fish Chin!
Hello.
Hey, go back and watch the first half of our stream. It was a silent movie.
Complete silence.
Silent
It's in black and
film.
white.
Guess what happened?
We don't know. We have no idea.
So he's back at the gate. I'm like, I don't see anything.
Well, he didn't see anything. You haven't really like gone over and fully investigated. You just looked around the room while you're at the table.
I should go
I
investigate.
mean, you
that
can go
gate.
investigate as well.
Do it.
Or we can make our way through the gate.
I say we go through the gate.
Okay.
Like you're saying.
Are you going to go through the gate?
I'm going through the gate.
Because he's like, I don't know, it looks clear after he kind of looks it over. So you can just go through.
Can I?
Maeve moves up to follow. You're coming in from the other room.
Well, you're in a long string of my ass to catch up to these people.
And Maeve like kind of looks back. I just tied his hands. Who's going to watch the guy back there?
Well, we haven't used Joyride much yet. We could
Why
probably.
don't you knock him out or something? Also.
Do we ask him anything?
Nope, you haven't even talked to him. You just tied him up, and he's just kind of sat there.
Cool.
And boy, like, best thing ever if everyone just walks out that door.
And I go back and try to kill him.
I'll kill him. Go back and ask him where Helmia is. I'll go do it. Well, it's not my turn anymore, but I've inspected. There's no traps on the cage.
I'm the closest one to him.
The
You
cage,
are.
Yeah, so the cage door wasn't locked. It's not
It's
trapped.
gonna be a persuasion.
She's missing, and
I
or
try to ask
intimidation.
him-
Intimidation or persuasion? Are you playing good cop or bad cop?
If you have deception, you could always tell him you're going to kill him if he doesn't give you what
Bad
he wants.
Bad cop.
Persuasion would be my best thing
All
to
right.
do.
So good.
He was dragged to the edge of the water.
So he stops at the doorway after Maeve says that, and he turns around and goes back to that. So who's going where? Let's just get an overarching.
I'm hanging out. I'm not following them into the cage until we know what we're going after. I want him to talk to that person first.
What are you doing? What do you want to do?
Did I walk through the door? I didn't walk through the door.
You haven't done it yet. You just turned it and know that
desire to go.
it's not locked.
Well, I guess we should hang back with him and not walk through until our team is ready to walk through.
So okay.
So basically, now we're going to go in there. Let's go surround that dude.
Now everyone goes back into the other room.
All right.
That'd be suck.
If we're all going to do that, then I'm probably better to talk to him about that.
It's true.
So I'm going to drag him down to the edge of the water.
You're gonna intimidate him.
Can I use deception and tell him I'm going? Or I have to lie, like we
The
already
edge of the
know.
water, don't we have to go all the
Yeah, I
way
mean,
back out of
no.
there?
Threatening death is intimidation.
All right.
Like,
I mean, it's not much.
deceiving is trying to trick someone, like, out of information.
Yeah,
like,
my intimidation's
I'm one of the guys.
my intimidation's just about as good as well.
What's your persuasion?
My persuasion's fantastic.
Okay, then use that.
Let's
Like,
do that. So like,
hey, you get to live if you tell us what we need to
there
know.
we go. Let's do that instead. I forgot about persuasion. I
in a nice way. Like, we don't want to kill you.
I forget that. I forget this is not.
Yeah, like we really don't want to kill you. We have no gripes against you. We just need information. We were sent out here to get information. Just help us help you.
16.
Do you want to roll to see, like? There's no reason we can't all jump in on. Well, the two people at least can jump in on
13.
Okay.
That's your intimidate. Good cop, bad cop. Throw it in the
That
water.
was still my good cop.
Oh, we're both good cop. We're double good cop in this game.
Okay. So he's like, "Oh, we just here to find the basin."
Where would you say Helnya's run off to? We need to speak with her.
I imagine she's lost herself in the aqueducts. I think she has a secondary hideout. She wouldn't tell anyone else about it.
What direction would that hideout be in?
There's a map in there. I doubt it's marked, but somewhere where that map details. This is a huge place down here. We've been down here for weeks.
What is this basin all about? Tell us. Come now. Come on. Dangles him over the water.
Well, it's a...
We'll tell him that... Not Boner. Brone. We'll tell him Brone told us.
What?
I'm as good as dead anyway, unless you get me the hell out of here. Get me the hell out of here. I'll sing like a canary.
You sing first, and then we'll let you out. I like to hear my birds before I let them go. That's terrible, but whatever. We haven't killed you thus.
Hear my birds before I let them go. Okay.
We could easily take you now. We haven't. We're showing good faith. Show a little on your side.
We're Huffers. We ply the river Styx.
What?
What? So, Mr. About-to-be Horizon Walker, you know that the river Styx is a river that runs across all of the lower plains. It is actually one of the what's called constant portals. You can jump on the river Styx in the abyss and end up in the Nine Hells, vice versa, through all of the lower plains. So, applying the river Styx means these people know the pathways and how to get in the extraplanar dimension of all of the planes of evil, essentially. And that's their job. And a Huffer, Mr. Sailor Man, is a river pilot that specializes in rough stints. Like, they're normally a specialist of, I know these rapids, I know this area type of thing.
Gotcha. I was just curious that, I know what the river Styx is, like in mythology and things like that, but I don't know. I was like, we're down in an aqueduct. The river Styx connects to this someplace. Right.
And you're completely out of your element with this guy saying river Styx. Well, he said he's a Huffer and they ply the river Styx, and that they're looking for a basin here. You're starting to suspect, because portals are fucking crazy, and they can do anything almost anywhere.
Later, fish chip. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.
I don't even know what I'm going to do with the beginning of the stream. I might have to do a voiceover.
Yeah.
Where I just like, I do this.
You should just voice it,
I'm Dayton. I'm Mitch. I do this. Hello, buddy. I'm Kaylin.
I hope that's not what that sounds like in real life.
So, portals are crazy. They're everywhere. They do weird things. So, kind of like, if you want to do a quick inference, he's basically saying that there's a stint of the river Styx that is somewhere in these aqueducts, which is exceedingly dangerous to have a portal to one of the lower planes in the middle of a city. That means basically demons, devils, all those kind of things can just rush in and do whatever the hell they want.
So my next question then would be to him that did you take the river Styx here?
Oh, yeah, just not down here.
Where is that?
Well, we came in through, and he starts to try to explain it, but he's explaining it from not here. He's talking about places that are on the abyss.
Okay.
But when he said he came through here, it was still a 3-week journey to come to Baldur's Gate, to come to this anthill, as he refers to it. So he used a portal from the River Styx somewhere else in the Prime Material Plane, came here to try to look for a different portion of the River Styx that comes out here. And that's kind of what they seem to be doing. They're looking for this entrance or stint of this river that passes through here.
Anybody else have any questions for him?
We haven't asked about Helnia at all.
Yeah. I thought I did say, where's Helnia? She's like, yeah, she's hidden or whatever.
But like follow up, like you probably went to the other, like, who is she? What does she do?
Gotcha.
You know.
What would you say that? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I would definitely want to get some information on Helnia.
She's. How does he say this? Hold on 1 second. She's a eye-up uffa. Greybeard at that. Knows everything there is to know. Been in the game a long time. She came here to find the oxbow. And Mr. Sailor, you know, an oxbow...
I was just about to say an oxbow.
An oxbow is a piece of a river that branches off and then comes back. So it's essentially where a river has widened because of, you know, flooding waters, and then it recedes, but it's carved enough that it's now a secondary river that just rejoins itself. So that's what he calls this
like an islet,
basin.
Almost.
Well, there's an islet in the middle of an oxbow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I'm going for.
Yep.
Is the idea that there's another.
So it was like,
She's looking for the
she's she's an eye up puffer, so she's a very important, prominent member of this organization he's a part of.
And Greybeard might be her rank.
And Greybeard, I mean, probably just referencing, you know, old people know things.
Gotcha.
That's the way you've heard the slang before. Greybeard, you know, she knows all there is to know about this stuff. She plied the River Styx, made deals on both sides of the Blood War. Blood War is the fight between demons and devils. Mr. Fiend is my priority enemy.
It's the demon. What battle? Demons and what?
You don't know this.
I know what it is.
But demons and devils.
Demons and devils.
Demons are chaotic evil, devils are lawful evil.
Gotcha. Blood War.
And then there's daemons and demonans.
Oh boy. That's what old people have is demonads.
Demonads. Okay, inspiration.
Boom.
Alright.
Old guy wrinkly ball joke.
So, yeah. She probably ran off. Like, me have a cruise. They be coming back. They're a lot stouter than I.
Does anybody else have any questions for him that don't pertain to Helnia or the reasons we're down here?
Yeah.
Any other questions? Anything you can think of that you want to know about Helnia or these Huffers or anything else?
Too. You can ask him stupid questions if you feel like it, whatever you want. I mean, we got this guy tied up and he's kind of pliable at the moment, so we don't have to. If you think we've got enough, I mean, we got a lot of info here.
I don't have any questions.
Okay.
All right,
Nope.
knock him out.
And knock them out.
All right, we're good. We're gonna leave him here.
Are we going back in?
Well, we should at least see where this hideout
I was
goes.
gonna say we're not gonna find anything extra going back the way we came.
We should also, I don't know, look through all these crates and stuff for any loot. I mean, clues.
Sure. I need my arrows back too, since we're not in any hurry.
So you can take all the paperwork. You can just fold that all up, put it in your bag. You know, look at it another time if you want. Or if you want to leave it here to say, like, you know, just look it over and take notes about what's on there, so that you're not tipping your hand that you took their notes and you know what they know. Either way.
I think it would make more sense to scribble quick transcriptions rather than take the information, just because we don't want, when they do come down, they're going to know we hear, but we don't want them to know that we know everything they know. That's a silly thing to say, but...
and especially if you loot the rest of the place and didn't take the notes, they might just think you're a gang or thugs that wanted to rob them.
Might have a purpose. So let's start looting some credits.
All right, loot so. Just to make sure, you are not going through the gate. You're just looking in the room in the back and the room in the front.
Yes.
Okay.
So far, so there.
Here we go. You're taking the notes, right? You ready to write all this stuff down? 20 copper pieces, 170 silver pieces, 60 gold pieces. There is a carved bone statuette. It is creepily lifelike. Like, I don't know if you've seen those statues out of marble that look like they have cloth over their faces and things like that. It is like that level. And it is a woman with horns, wings, and a tail, kind of on her knees in a demure pose.
There's a lot of information about that.
It's way too much information. You don't even have to write that down. But it's a statuette like this big, all carved of what seems to be ivory or bone, very, very detailed, of a succubus.
I was like, I think I would know what this is.
Yes.
All right.
There are two sets. Neither are the set that was being used at the table, but there are two sets of carved wood or carved bone dice. Both are very high quality.
I'll take one of those. Look at that.
Okay.
How did I know that was going to happen?
There is a gold locket on one of these men, and it has a painted portrait inside of a rather homely woman, but done in a very, very tasteful, high quality. Took some money to make. So
did you leave that, George?
A small
Leave that.
a small gold bangle bracelet.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Did you get the bracelet?
Small gold bangle.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a potion of healing.
Oh, thank God.
In
this everywhere.
good luck. There is also in one of the crates, and it's wrapped in silk inside of a wooden case.
Is it Helnia?
No. A pair of spectacles, though they are purple lensed and have covers on all the sides.
Right. Covers on all the sides, blinders.
Yeah, so it has carved, almost like goggles, but they're still, they're not a strap. There's this, but it has, so it seals to your face or covers all your angles. So you're taking notes of the paperwork inside. Here's what you find. You find 2 maps of the sewers. Oh yeah, sewers, aqueducts. After studying and what they look like and all that stuff, you see that they have clearly marked all the basins. You're the only one that's really been in Baldur's Gate for any particular time, and I've said this before, I'll just reiterate. Baldur's Gate uses rainwater. They capture rainwater to provide water for the entire area. So there's a complex aqueducts, but it's fueled by large basins that collect rainwater and move them into the aqueducts.
Are the basins marked in any manner?
They are marked with... they're all marked with just the same kind of red X's and dates and a name. The names seem to coincide with other paperwork you find in a second. Then there's another map that is very similar. It's pretty much the same map, except for it has footpaths marked with names next to those footpaths, and they all go around the basins. Looks like, patrols or something like that. There is a calendar, a Farunian calendar, with notes. It looks like a duty roster when people went out, when people came back, when certain basins were discovered, this and that. But specifically, it has the day of the Blood Moon Festival marked.
It's probably not important.
Probably not. Then it also has, there's some duty rosters which have survey teams, pier guarding, rest, this. It's just a work schedule. There's about 24 names on it. So you just took out 6, the 2 guards up top, the 4 down here. So that's telling you probably have at least 18 more people down here if you're discerning all these different names correctly and counting right.
All right.
And the names of the duty roster coincide with the footpath map.
On these maps, do there appear to be any other sort of entrances down into these areas that aren't through that boat route that we took?
Oh, there's tons of entrances to the aqueducts in general.
Uh-huh.
You know of a couple. You can see some on the maps. But there's only 2 entrances to here that they have marked. One is by boat. The other is through that gate, apparently. And it has some weird markings next to it. They look like code.
The gate does?
A place through the gate, because this hideout is on those maps.
I'm saying the map. Does the map have the weird markings past the gate?
Correct.
Okay.
It has the other entrance, which is a manhole. So.
Okay, I'm not understanding.
Yeah.
So we've got
the
entrance by boat.
Yeah, the entrance by boat, and beyond the gate,
there's a manhole beyond.
There's a manhole cover, which is marked with a bunch of symbols. Your thieves' cant tells you those are trap symbols. So they have that manhole cover trapped. That seems to be their 2 entrances to this hideout.
Are we able to effectively copy these maps in a way that will be useful to us, or do we need to skedaddle?
I mean, it depends on how much time you think you have. Maeve has parchment and some ink. She can jot down some quick notes.
Let's do that. I don't know if I have specifically parchment and ink.
She has a scholar's pack.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, give me some and I'll do the same thing. I guess we'll all set each other to write down some map stuff. So
Yep.
Consider those notes what we took. So.
Yep.
All right. All right. I like that. All right. So I think our job here is done. Perhaps we should move on through that gate.
Maeve first.
Maeve.
Now you don't trust Maeve?
Actually,
Oh, Maeve. It's falling out of graces. But we are going to take a quick break.
all right.
We'll probably end early because you're miserable.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be miserable.
No, I mean,
This is wearing
that's
me.
absolutely 100% understandable. But we'll go on a little bit further into this investigation and see where that leaves us. Was that too much information dump for you guys?
No.
Are you overwhelmed? No. There is, there's a lot of action, and then you find out all this stuff.
Yeah. I wish I had just ran into that room when Maeve first saw that lady.
Yeah. I mean, you had a great plan. It would have absolutely worked if Maeve hadn't rolled a 7 and a 9 for her deception check. I mean, these people are down here doing illegal things. They're on edge, and something just happened completely out of the ordinary. So it threw them for a loop. You reacted, and then it spiraled. And that's the Wileyverse way. You don't plan more than 2 steps ahead. But it makes things more interesting because your payday is still out there, but there's a larger thing going
in these
on.
Glasses.
You want to put them on?
Say, I almost, like, as you described them, I was going to wait till you got through the full list, but I was like, I want to try these fuckers on.
Okay.
I don't know what it's about.
It doesn't seem to affect your vision at all. It doesn't even look darker or anything like that.
If you look at the map.
Your brother has the face razor named the Plow.
But yeah, it doesn't seem like literally even the purple over your eyes doesn't seem to change the tint or the look of your. I'm gonna get a trash bag. Doesn't seem to change your vision at all.
Keep them on.
Couldn't hurt. I mean, they're light. They don't count as like incumbent in any way. If they're not affecting your vision at all, you should definitely keep them on.
Son of a... Okay.
What's up? What's wrong?
Literally, like, I got up and I was just like removing some of these bottles so I could go pee. Because neither one of them moved the whole time you were gone. As soon as I got up, they both went, oh, we're gonna fuck.
No rest for the day.
Yeah, someone's not peeing.
You can see what other people see with them as well. It affects other people differently.
There. Actually, I'm not going to touch that frag. Oh, working with kids. I love the beginning of the year.
You need any meds? Like
No,
cold meds?
On stuff. No, I'm on stuff. I've got some Alexander cold in me, and I'm not feeling bad. It's just my stuffiness is just gross. I'm just tired. So I've been, I got to work at.
Look at my nose.
I got up at 9:30 this morning. I was already late for work, so it's just been a long day.
Ugh. Work has been tense lately.
Yeah. Like all around, or just for you?
Mainly for our group. It's our turn in the barrel.
No, yeah.
I'll talk about it too much.
That's okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy. That sucks.
It's always someone's turn in the barrel.
Yeah. I'm kind of off the hook again, luckily. So
Any other questions you want to ask?
no, I think I got one. I'm sad that we failed that investigation stuff, but that's okay.
Oh, you still you can go over and look at that nook further. You haven't gone over there and done that. I forgot about that. You guys can go investigate the nook further.
I'm married a lot longer than you.
I've been a Wileyverse subscriber longer than we've been married.
Good.
True? Well, shit.
I was say summer lasted longer than your marriage had.
Hey. Hey.
Lasted
also
longer
need
than-
to-
It sounds like it. Yes,
Lasted
it's
longer than it has so far.
Yeah.
Pebbles and details of English. Oh, this is cranberry line.
Give me that bottle of wine, Mitch. please. Clocks.
I feel like a dancer all day today. I'm like, oh, I need something out of this fridge.
Right.
There's like no bending. Like, how can I keep myself straight but still have balance? More drinking without morbid curiosity than anything else.
Let's see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Ooh, this one's got sun to it.
That one's not that bad.
No?
Mm-mm.
All right.
That's funny. Is that dog armor?
It's a dog costume where there's
Oh,
spider.
it's a spider dog, yeah.
Spider dog. Spider
You've
dog.
seen that old video of that prank, right? That guy dressed his dog up like a spider.
Mm-hmm.
Ran it down into the little walk path. I think it's in England. So, despite my previous failures, before we move on, I do want to go look at that because it does seem a lot more. So here's a question I have then, because this is something we've gone over before. Kaylin's here, and I'm curious about your answer. So, if I've investigated this space, and I have failed.
You have investigated the space during a combat situation.
Gotcha. So that's why we're getting to do this again.
Right.
Okay.
Like, there's only so much information you can get, but there's also so much information you get quickly, and then there's more information you get if you have time. So, rerolls in D&D really comes down to DM preference when you can, what you can do. Can you try again? Can you not? Like, hey, if someone has infinite time, do you even have a roll? You know, type of thing. Like, or do you allow rerolls? There's other games where you increase the difficulty after every roll as frustration sets in.
I would think that we would need to roll because even though we have infinite time, at some point Erevar's going to give up. So when he rolls, a 4, he's like, all right, I don't see anything here. We're done. So it would make sense not to allow that re-roll. So
after you've done it in 2 completely different circumstances.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're not going to allow it again after that. But now you have, if you want to take the time to you pull the stuff out, you've already looked through the crates and things like that. You've got the valuables. If you want to pull out the crates, look in there, look through the stuff.
We've wasted enough time that I'd like to search that little nook around because it says something we moved around. I would like to look for an exit or.
So one person can make this roll with advantage. You get to choose who it is.
It's investigation.
It's investigation.
I have a +4, but I have
gaming. I think we all have +4.
I have a
investigation +1. Okay, well you.
She has a +3, so I think it's you.
How do you get
want
0
me
for
to use
investigation?
She has no intelligence bonus.
Oh,
and
you're saying
no
Maeve.
investigation.
Maeve has +3.
Maeve has +3.
Sorry, I thought you were pointing at her, and I was like, how are you getting 0?
No.
3.
She has a +0 intelligence and no skill in it.
Again, 19 will probably work.
So 23.
All right.
He finds the kid.
She's just laying on the floor. She's like, oh, fuck this up.
There is a
I didn't think they'd look again.
set of masonry that is newer than the rest.
Ooh.
2 bricks, 2 bricks in, 2 bricks up, 2 bricks in, 2 bricks up. Coming out about here, there's a area that is new masonry back there.
That's the hideout.
Push on it after I check it for traps.
Hey, buddy. I found this. Maybe you should check it for traps.
What accent is that?
Perception. Hey, buddy.
So I'm
it's
just
Letterkenny accent.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud.
Check it for traps, sir.
I'm gonna check that for traps, sir.
7, so I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah. It looks clear, and it looks.
What?
I'll give it my inspiration.
Oh, look, we're playing together now.
Oh, hey.
I have inspiration, you don't have to.
What the fuck? He's just testing my
Loyalty.
19.
Not only are there no traps, this looks like real masonry. Someone had to rebuild this portion of the wall.
So we're gonna need to break this down if we want to see what's further in it.
Well, hey, that's weird. A lot of the things that were fallen off and are over in this corner are picks and sledgehammers and trowing tools and things like that.
So what do we think happened? This bitch slipped under the bricks?
All we know is that somebody has covered a hole up here. So we're looking at a space that's got stuff moved around and things moved around, and there's picks and axes and things like that laying right here.
I get that, but what do we think she did? Because Maeve saw her, so we think that.
We don't think she ran in there, but we might get some clues if we dig it out. This is nice and,
We might as well. It's another exit. We don't know where it goes. It's probably not on the maps.
well, we're also working against
Still
the
got
clock
those
here a
glasses
little
on?
bit because you got to remember.
You still have those glasses on.
Oh, did you put them on?
I guess I have the glasses
I thought
on.
you said you put them on. You're like, I'm gonna
No,
keep
she
them
told
on.
you to put them on.
She told you to put them on.
You
Yeah.
didn't
Oh.
put them on, and I told you to keep them on.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I remember
You look
saying.
like Ozzy Osbourne.
Here's the only issue: if we do this, this is going to take a little bit. The
Yeah.
second watch should be looking for Braun and Zud now.
And if Helnia did run off, she's going to run off and get another crew to come back here. So time is of the essence, and you need to tell me a cutoff. Or, like, you're going to go at this, you're going to make some strength checks to try to do as fast as possible, but how much time are you going to spend here so I know when things happen?
We have the map, so we can tell when, like, technically the watch that Helena didn't get would be coming on, right?
Well, you're talking about the duty roster. Yeah, there's going to be...
Just tells us
That was going to tell you 2 of these guys were going to go up top, and Zud and Broan were going to come back down. But what they were saying before is there's at least 18 more of these huffers down in these aqueducts on patrols, on surveys, all this stuff, and she's run off, and she's had 10 minutes at this point, 15 minutes. All she has to do is get to one of these groups, rally them up, and bring them back here, and now you're outnumbered by a whole bunch of people bum rushing you.
So let's do this then. Let's set you to the picking. I'll go up ahead into the hallway to the manhole and see if I can't untrap it. That way we have a mode of escape, and you guys have already started. Or we can go after May. We don't have to. Just 'cause we found
Helnia,
some-
not Maeve.
Sorry, Helnia.
You're not going after Maeve.
No, I've done that a couple times. Just because we found something doesn't mean we have to investigate it right now. Although it looks.
Let's pickaxe them up.
Well,
right
I
now.
want to know what's beyond this wall.
All right.
So, how about...
But why? Like, we're here to get Helnia.
For all we know, she went this way.
I mean, I doubt that she got in there and then
masonry back up from the other side. So
We don't know what she's capable of.
this is what's weird is I'm pretty sure strength was everybody's dump stat.
Well,
I have
think-
plus
yeah.
3.
Oh, you have like a
No, yeah.
Oh shit!
Plus
What is
1.
this?
Yeah.
Saving
Saving
throws.
throws.
yep.
Constitution.
Have a plus
You have a
0.
+1, I believe. +0, +1, +1,
Ah,
+0,
+1.
+1. Okay, so
So this is a bad idea.
well, I mean it's not a bad idea, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was like
That's
you
cool.
have no strong characters, so like you're a monk. You can literally say fuck the picks and all that stuff and start punching this wall. I mean, because what do monks do in their exhibitions? They break bricks and wood and boards and things like that. So you can attack the wall and do that.
Attack the wall.
Maeve wants to not go anywhere else. You know, she likes to be safe and she likes to be near you because you seem to care. So she recommends that you go with him to cover him. You
Makes
have,
sense.
you know, good eyesight and archery. If he's going to be up in a manhole cover trying to untrap it, then
Let's split the party and do this.
yeah, let's fucking do it, boys.
Should I be healed before this starts?
Absolutely. She will use her. Do you want to use the healing potion or do you want to use her last spell?
Well, wait. What hit points are you at?
She took 6 damage.
I mean, the healing potion's only going to give us a couple points back.
2d4.
Because we want to save her. If we're going to continue on, we should save Maeve's.
We also have a healing potion.
That's what
That's what he's saying.
Leaving me
She
here
wants
by
you to take
myself.
the. He wants you to take this healing potion.
Okay.
Alright, so
I believe
it's like 1d4.
it is
plus
2d4.
2d4.
I'm not sure though.
You roll it.
No.
No, you roll it. Well, actually, look,
Choices.
the choice is yours. You can have me roll. You can have you roll.
I think last time I did this, you had us both roll, and I got to choose.
Right. Like if
Which one of our rolls?
I do like that. If we want to keep doing
No,
that.
it's not fun.
No, so it's I roll and you roll. So this is the way we've done it in the past with my groups. We'll decide now if we want to do it after this roll. So I roll and you roll, and after the roll, after you see what you got, you choose my results or your results.
Okay.
Without knowing his, right?
Right, without knowing mine.
That's fine.
Oh, you should take his.
I take yours.
4. No, 8.
Nice.
She rolled 2 ones.
I got 2 3s.
So you just get whatever your max can be. So 6.
7.
Yeah, you got all your healing back.
Good.
It's-
There you go.
That was an easy choice to make.
Right.
That roll.
And that's like, it's that, like, I got 5, I'm down 10, do I take that risk?
Right. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm gonna start punching this wall eventually.
Alright, punch the wall.
He was hanging out with you, and
So, let's, actually, we're gonna
Can't believe that.
go to them first, because they're going to a new area.
Okay.
And I want the trap that's in that wall to, really be poignant. So you guys head out. The gate is unlocked and untrapped
you found them
when you open it. This pathway goes down for a while and then opens up to a larger. It's not a basin. It's just a cistern, an area where the sewers accumulate. And you are definitely in full-fledged aqueduct sewers here. So this isn't just the cave that you came from. You go down, it opens up both sides, and then there's tunnels that go out left and right, and then those tunnels you see branch off and have piping coming in from other places.
I'm able to find that manhole cover fairly easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I want to explain to you something you see before then,
Okay.
which is a bunch of kayak-like boats, little one-person boats, and stacks of paddles. Yes, paddles. Double-sided paddles. So it looks like, besides just walking through these sewers, these huffers are using the waterways to get around.
Okay.
The paddles have, besides the paddling, they actually have kind of almost the boat hook. So, it has the paddle and a boat hook coming out of it. So they can use it to literally grab the sides of sewers and move forward, or to paddle in water.
Sewers.
And there's like 8 of them tied up, and you see moorings for like 8 more.
Okay.
The manhole cover is just down to your left, though you know that this is kind of an outlet dead end to the entire sewer, because that's heading towards the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So the aqueducts and the maps you've looked at are to the right.
Okay.
But the manhole cover is to the left, right up above. There's a ladder that goes up there, and it is absolutely trapped to all hell, but all of the disarming for it is on the side. So someone comes down, someone from the bottom puts a wedge in here, flips this switch, undoes
so
this
it's just a
hook.
matter of time.
So it's just you climb up, you look at the mechanism, you go, oh, they take this thing and they jam it in here, and that stops this trap from working. Climb up, this. So anytime they want to let someone down, someone from this end goes, lets the person down. So it just takes time. You just investigate the stuff going on, you look at the place, but you're watching.
Do I hear a constant? Like in this Oh, sorry, we're doing Caleb's voice. Yeah.
Would be, I was gonna say yeet.
Yeet. That's true. Oh. I yeeted the. Yeet. Yeet. All right. So you're just gonna roll damage. You get at least 2 damage around, unless you want to spend your flurry of blows, and you'll get 3 damage around.
I mean, they are bricks.
If you don't think you're gonna get another fight, you might as well use them.
I have a feeling getting in another fight.
What? I mean, it depends on
I
how
rolled
fast
2
you break these
damage.
bricks. Yep. So roll damage dice twice with the full additions and all that stuff.
What's with this?
Not bad.
4.
Plus.
So it's your full damage each one. So 2 full damage rolls.
Oh, I see.
So go back, go to your actions.
It would be 12 total.
Make me another. Add it all up. I need to look up something real quick. So keep in mind the 12 you just got plus whatever this is.
It's 14, right?
Yes.
And my voice is breaking.
So 28 total.
Mm-hmm. No. You had 12 and a 14. It's 26 total.
So I meant.
So I figured you did.
What'd you do right now?
I'm dyslexic. My d4s plus both of those.
So you have plus 4 to each damage roll, right?
Yeah, so it is a 12 and a 14.
Yeah, it's 2d4 plus 8.
Yeah, that's what she's been doing.
2d4 plus 8 to this. Yeah.
So 26 total.
That's nice, that's suspicious.
How much damage does a wall take?
That's actually what I'm looking up right now.
Well, at the very least, we kind of have an idea of what's going on now, so if we don't successfully catch Helmia or make it through this masonry time, we do have to escape through the manhole cover. We can at least tell the Cardinal Bond or the Flaming Fist that, like, hey, they're trying to open this portal up underneath Baldur's Gate that coincides with the date of the Blood Moon Festival. So we've uncovered a plot.
And we did find 60 gold.
Yeah, but we want more.
I get that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
60 gold and like 100 something silver.
170 silver, 60 gold. And 20
Worst
copper.
comes to worst, and these dope glasses Jordan I got. Worst comes to
You
worst.
do look good in them, it's not your fault.
We have that.
Next session, I'll have to bring some sunglasses in or something. Or go buy some stupid like old person like sunglasses. And just wear them the whole session.
Yeah, it's really like not changing anything, but you don't know if it needs to be looking at a specific thing and all that stuff. So
He's just walking around with a ton.
you look like Ringo Starr. It's amazing. You got 24. So you
26.
26.
No, it's 24. It was 12 and 14.
26.
I'm not trying to steal it from you. You rolled 2 2s, which is 4 plus 8 was 12. Then you rolled a 4
Yeah,
and
you
a 2,
just
which is
said-
6.
Yeah.
You just said 24.
Oh,
It's 26.
sorry.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Like, I don't know what's going on.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. So you break through a couple bricks. It's not enough to like crawl back there, but it's enough to see. It's kind of like that, yeah.
Nice.
Order those.
They're surprisingly affordable.
Gotta get him for the next game.
Taylor's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Are you doing it?
I already did it.
Nice. So I'm wearing some fucking glasses next session.
So they kind of look like that.
That's pretty close.
That's about as close as we could get in
Yeah.
one shot here.
I was like, did
Also,
we
we
just see
find
the
something-
stats?
Also, if
Did
we see to find something better now, it's too late, so
Yeah.
we fucking ordered those, so what it is.
No, I saw the name, but I didn't pay attention to the. I don't want to look it up, I promise.
So I can see through the hole.
Maybe you should. Maybe you'll stop wearing them.
Oh yeah, these get progressively more expensive. The closer
so-
we get to what they look like.
You've broken enough that you can look in. Do you want to do so? Or do you want to just keep punching?
No, just keep punching. Fuck looking in.
I would like to look in.
Look in.
So there is a small little chamber in there, hidey hole, and in the center is what looks like a anchor, a chain wrapped around it. It looks very ornamental, possibly made out of, I don't know, mithril. Let's throw that out there.
I don't know what that is.
Mithril is a really hard type of metal.
Do you remember that? That's what Sternbreaker's father was killed over, was making that mithril
Kedge anchor.
So kedge anchor is this. It's what you think of when you think of an actual boat anchor like this.
Yeah.
It's actually what you think of when you think of a yacht anchor. It's got the two splayed. No, it's not the stereotypical anchor, I'm sure, but
I was gonna say if you Google it, you'll find modern versions of the kedge anchor or your yacht thing, but originally they were that hooked anchor thing. Because back in the day, your anchor would have just been any kind of shape that was a weight that threw down to the bottom.
True. Yeah, there's the one you're looking at. Looks like that.
I think I'll nuts.
It's very ornamental. It's mithril. It's got some carvings in it in specific patterns. Incidentally, the patterns on it do remind you of some of the patterns that are in the silver coins, just better done.
It's very obvious that someone is trying to hide this thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously hidden. This is the kedge anchor that Sternbreaker's father made for the Gith, and that what he was killed over. So that's what's hiding back there. Do you want to continue smashing?
Yeah, I want to steal this thing.
So,
all right.
Remember,
One more attack roll.
We kind of had the impression that this was ceremonial, like it might be used for something.
Right.
So if we take it, then we have a way to get Helmia still. Like, she can't just leave.
She has to come to you, essentially.
Yes. So keep beating that fucking wall.
So 2 more attack rolls, unless you want to use your flurry.
At this fucking point, sure.
Okay, so 3 attack rolls. Or not attack, 3 damage rolls. You can't miss this thing.
That would be great if you missed the wall. That would be awesome.
Technically, there is an armor class that it should take no damage. But you're a monk punching bricks, and that just seems like exactly what monks do.
8. Right, you get 2.
No, each one of them has 4 added.
Each 2 has 8.
One more.
Yeah, each one has 4. Exactly the same. So roll 2 more d4s.
She's supposed to be rolling 2 d4s at one time, right?
Yes.
Not 3. Right.
Oh, wait.
3 damages.
She's
her
rolling
damages are 2d4.
Yeah. Hold on.
She's rolling 2
So
d4s.
each attack is a d4 damage. D4 plus 4.
But I'm rolling 3 attacks.
You're rolling 3 attacks, so it should be 3d4 plus
12.
12.
So you got 4,
So what do you
5,
got?
6. You got 18
Okay.
damage.
Yeah, sorry. For some reason, I went into the mode that each of your damage rolls were 2d4. That's not true. So 3d4 plus 12.
So that was 18. She got a 4 and 2 ones.
Okay. You break enough bricks that you can haul this thing out.
Let's do it.
It is super heavy.
Nice.
You need help.
Says one of the people that does.
Dave can't help me?
She can. Like, it's both of you, like, and you're doing most of actually, I think you have a +1 to strength?
Yeah.
Okay, she has a +1 to strength. But yeah, it is, like, it hurts to drag this thing, and you have to, like, set it down every, like,
The plus zeros.
Yeah.
15, 20 feet. And, pick it up
Spent a lot
and
of time
keep
on
going.
the road, man.
I say we just try to head back to where they're going. And
Yeah, they're out the manhole, so you can go through the gate,
Yeah.
and, like, maybe, like, someone should yell out to them to help you guys.
Help! Hey, fuckers!
Alright, you go up and open the gate. I'll grab the chain and pull up while you put the anchor on your shoulder and go up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm dipping out with this anchor right now?
Yeah.
Gate am I opening?
You're opening the manhole.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know, you get a lot of experience with manholes.
Ow! Inspiration?
What was ouch for?
My Nicholas Pitch.
Oh, I thought you were like, oh, that
Your funniness.
No.
that insult hurt. Hee hee.
It did make the whole table laugh, and this session doesn't have the theme of
What happened?
I can't take the inspiration with me. We're ending soon anyway, so I don't need it.
Oh, are they attached together?
Una mas.
I got you.
So, I need so you're going up first. You're going to open the gate. You're going to open the manhole cover. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck.
and you've hoisted the anchor, like, you know, locked it on your shoulder from behind. He's got the chain. He's going to go up before you to try to take some of the weight off of you. Are you on the stairs already, or on the ladder already?
I'd be going up the ladder.
Okay, so you're up the ladder. You're at the top of the ladder. You're next. You're waiting to go up. When you get to the top, you're opening it up. Right?
What's at the top of this manhole?
How are you opening this up? You're
Yeah,
just throwing it open
I'm
and
not going first. Is we're
Go
gonna
ahead.
To see what he's got going on there.
Well, I mean,
Yellowtail can help.
he already undid all the traps.
You already undid all the traps. So you throw it open and look up, and Zud and Brone and 2 other people are up here, and Zud looks down. That's them.
Well, how does he recognize me with my goggles on?
They're probably his goggles. He's like, hey,
No, pina colada's not bad.
I thought it tasted
goodness.
terrible.
I can't even smell that one. Mostly because my nose is stuffed up.
So, what do you do?
Cry.
So
Like you're just like
how many did I see? 3?
4.
4.
Could always run back down and get those boats and go out the waterway instead, but we're losing time now and we're becoming more and more obvious.
You do not know how the waterway on this side attaches to the waterway on the other side. Because you went through the hideout and got to that waterway. I mean, you can kind of figure it out because you have the map.
Well, if we go too fast, we could always just use that kedge anchor.
One of you could use the kedge anchor. Or can the kayaks even support that kedge anchor?
There's only one way to find out.
So, yeah. You can also run all the way back through the hideout and use the other boat.
Like we still have our boat tied up as far as we know.
We're also carrying a giant anchor.
Yeah. So it's rough all the way around.
So what do you guys want to...
Actually, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, okay, I'm probably just instinctively going to pull back down the manhole.
Can we pull it back and try to get the traps back in real quick?
He's up on the ladder. He can absolutely reset the traps.
That will buy us a little bit of time at least.
Alright, well, that's what we want to do is go back down. Alright, so yeah, that was a good idea. Alright, so you're going to have to... I'm just gonna have to dribble the chain back down to you then.
I mean, you could just throw the chain off.
I'm just saying she's on the ladder holding it.
No, she's at the bottom.
Oh, okay, well,
so
here comes the chain.
She's at the bottom, and it's like she's literally got it like hanging on her shoulder. So if you throw the chain out that way, it wouldn't mess with her. Except for you get a little tug at the end.
Doing all the work that I just did.
Yeah. So he's undoing that, but you need to get down past him before the traps in that tunnel, like in the last little bit in the chute, get on. So you need to make.
You're a ranger. You got acrobatics.
You need to make an
crisscross. I'll make you.
What's better, athletics or acrobatics?
Well, if you're jumping down, it's
technically acrobatics, even though I'm deficient in athletics.
Right. You can jump. You can basically push off and jump around him and land with a tumble.
Yeah.
Or you can try to slide down the arm of the ladder and switch to the opposite side. So acrobatics. You're gonna try to jump around him, do it, and tumble at the bottom.
I think a 23 will do. Okay.
Yeah, that'll absolutely do it. So he comes the chain comes down, tugs on your shoulder. He falls down right next to you, and kind of does the tumble fall. Mm-hmm. So he hits down and just rolls backwards, back up onto his feet. Maeve is just like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, right.
I thought, by me shutting the manhole, clearly for any of this idea to work, I would have skinnied, at least to him.
Oh yeah.
There just wasn't a lot of time when you had to make your decision at the top.
Yeah, you skinny ambush or whatever you said, they're up here. Yeah. And then Maeve is still just clueless. Or easily excitable. Not used to curveballs. Could be it. So yeah. She's like, what do we do now? What are you guys doing now? You're up resetting trust. So what are the three of you doing?
We shouldn't go back out the way we came in because they'll know the way we came in.
So
Our only other option then would be to run through the sewers unless we want to take those little kayaks and
No, you can run back through the hideout to your boat.
So I'm saying, she's saying she doesn't want to run out to the hideout to the boat.
That was more of a question, what do you think
we'll definitely know where we're coming from.
Okay.
But they're out at the manhole. If you can try to get through and slide, the boat's going to go fast.
Let's do that. Let's just go to our boat.
And they can try to run to the pier, and they have to run through the town.
We have to run with a kedge anchor.
And you have to run with a kedge anchor.
Yeah, but at this point now we have 3 people that can help carry it.
He's got to stay behind to reset things, so you can grab the chain. Maeve can put the other anchor part, so one anchor part's over your shoulder, one anchor part's on their shoulder, and you're doing the hustle. Dun, 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 dun. And running very close together through this. You two need to make me athletics checks.
You probably have athletics, those two.
Yeah, she has athletics. Maeve, not so much.
Oh yeah, that's.
You're just holding the chain.
Athletics.
You're just preventing them from not getting disadvantage.
Nice.
20. So
21.
not natural, but you got to
21.
yeah. So you guys
Sorry, I got excited to tell your name.
you guys are really good at falling in step with each other real
Yeah,
close. You
we're
can do the
besties.
cha-cha like nobody's business. And you got the
I like
anchor.
cha-cha.
I like to do a do the cha-cha. I like to do the cha-cha. So you hustle through that and you've reset the traps. You actually as you're resetting the last one, the thing throws open and you just hear something happens up there bad to the first person. You're just like, I'm gonna go after them.
They'll have to be a little injured at least.
Is there any...
Zud and Brone are
Damn it.
wounded
I was
already.
I greased the ladder, but I don't have
Nope,
grease.
you don't have any of that shit. You're gonna break that
He's
real
on
quick.
the ladder.
Whiz. Okay.
I do have oil skin, but that'll be waste. Fuck it, grease that fucking ladder.
You could just pop the cork of the oil skin,
Yeah.
toss it up to one of the rungs so it wraps around and then drips down the other.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Thing.
I'm greasing. Fucking grease.
He figured out a way to grease without grease.
Who did it?
So, inspiration.
Excellent.
You guys run through the place, you follow up, you guys get through everything.
Oh, I even had 2. Excellent.
Man, I can, no, I'm not going to do it, though. So, you guys run through, you get to the boat. You know what I was going to do, don't you?
I don't, but
No?
I want you to do it.
Okay, no, I'm not
Just
going
keep
to
it
do
to yourself.
it. I mean, you know how to punch a guy, so the guy's still unconscious. He definitely did not wake up and already take the boat out.
That would have been fucked up.
That would have been hilarious. I would we fucking deserve it.
Well, shit.
Yeah. Alright, Maeve, you're the boat now.
So you guys get to the boat, throw the anchor in, the boat sinks. You guys all get in. We cannot move at all. We have to stay in the center and keep everything balanced because you're almost you're just a couple inches above the water
Can
with
I
that
get
anchor
out
in
of
here.
the boat and hold the rope so that the boat is not as prone? So now I'm following along and holding onto the boat
In the water?
but I'm not weighting the boat down.
If you want to do that, you'll be left behind. This boat will swim down that,
Well,
and
no,
you'll
I can hold onto the boat and drag behind it, but I won't be in it.
okay, so you just want to hold on the boat outside.
I'll kick and
All right.
kind of reduce.
And you'll just follow. No, that's fine. You are a sailor. I'm not going to make you roll the athletics for that. You can hold on to a boat. So yeah, so you're not in danger anymore. You don't have to make checks to balance the boat.
Yeah.
So inspiration.
Irradiation. We should keep doing more boat stuff. I do better with the boats. That's like Xernex. He did his best work when he was falling. For some reason, if he was floating or falling, he's like, yeah, I can do it.
What was that?
I didn't put character initials, so it threw me off for a second.
I'll take
Because I
it.
try to keep notes like initiative and things like that, characters, try to use your character names. But for the erudition, I put real initials. It threw me off. D, K, M, W. So yeah, it goes really fast because you're just letting the current take you, and you back out into the water, out to where the pier is and where that little ladder was coming off the pier. Tie the boat back up. The torch is out at this point, but it wasn't really necessary to go out.
Oh, that's right. Maeve can't see shit in here.
Yeah, Maeve cannot see shit.
But we good.
You're good. I mean, well, you wear glasses, but nothing's different.
You come out like, what are you guys doing down there? I lost my glasses in the sewer. We were just looking for
And you climb up. So I'm gonna need you to make athletics.
both of those.
Well, so who's going up first on this one?
Obviously, I'm going up first.
With the chain, or not?
If I'm gonna hold,
He has the chain, and you were in the water.
Yeah, then I'll go up first then. 'cause
Okay,
if
so
he's
you
holding the
just
chain, it's gotta
come
be-
out
yeah.
and go. All right, so you go up first, and you are the first up top. You see motion down the road of probably the people trying to run down and get you. It's night. It's not late at night. I mean, you spent like an hour down there, so it's past sunset. There's still a lot of activity out here. I mean, this becomes, the docks at the end. There's still crates to be moved and things like that. And now there's people sitting at the bars and the eateries and hanging out after work. So there's still some people out here. You come up and you see a commotion down the main road, like a block away.
How deep is the water here at this valley, right here outside the aqueduct?
Deep enough to berth a ship. Like,
No, it's too deep.
yeah.
I was gonna say because we can sink the kedge anchor and tie it to the pier a foot or two underneath and bring it back up later, so we don't have to lug it through town.
Anywhere around us we can like hide and like they might run in past us thinking we're still in there?
Well, there's the pier that's broken down. You can try to hide underneath that in the water with an anchor. It's kind of dangerous. There's that ship out there. It may have air bubbles, but like none of the three of you are very comfortable swimming and moving, especially trying like this anchor is mithril. It is heavy.
What direction is the Goliath?
Oh, so I don't remember the map. Here's the harbor, and you guys are down at like this pier. It's through that harbor district, up through a city. It's
far.
It's dozens of blocks away.
What I could do is I could run out ahead and see if the commotion is for us. If it is, I could lure them away. So I could run out and be like, shit. And then I'd be like, you guys go that way, I'll go this way. And then just run and make them split up even though we're not.
A distraction.
Yeah, you want to run up and distract?
I mean, I don't want to, but it seems a really good way
I was
to
like,
go
these
about
guys
it.
also aren't like officials or anything. It's not like they have any say. It would just be whatever part of their crew versus us. We could leave the Kajanker in the boat, all go up and
Kajanker.
whatever the damn thing's called.
That's actually pretty good inspiration.
Hey, I'll get my first erudition. Let's go.
Kajanker. like
No one's touched my Kajigo. It's that old lady's name from Futurama. That's what she calls her vagina all the time, the Kajiger.
the Kajanker.
That takes away my inspiration, right? To get erudition, or do I keep it?
No, you keep it.
Okay.
It's just if you get it while you have it.
Never.
No, I have actually with Savroth. I got a lot for plans and stuff, but it's been a while.
All right, so
we could.
You don't have a real long time to communicate, especially with you already being at the top. So like the plan, like I'm all for the meta, and because you are professionals, you're really good at what you do, and you fought together before. Well, you guys haven't really fought together, but I do want to stress that this is a panicky situation. So with what you've said already, with no other discussion amongst the group, what do you do?
I'd probably shout back, find a place to stow the anchor, and meet me at that restaurant that we were at. No, that's too close.
Oh, yeah, it's way too close.
Yeah, I'd probably name some other spot at the edge of maybe the edge of the pier town. Meet me there.
You can just name a tavern or something like that?
Yeah, name a tavern at the edge of where the pier district starts, and I'm just going to run off.
Okay. So he got to the top, he looked around, and he yelled back that, and disappears. So someone has the chain and someone has the anchor. As long as the chain is being held, then that's fine. You don't have to go first. It doesn't matter if you're first or second. It's just that the weight doesn't need to be, like, as long as the weight's not holding down the anchor, as long as it's being lifted up and carried. So, what's the order next? You have the chain, you have the anchor, Maeve's on her own. He just yelled that. You could literally take this boat and try to paddle somewhere, but none of you are really good boat people. Or you can try to climb up this ladder and run somewhere with that anchor.
I keep wanting to be like,
nope,
I'm not there.
You're out. You dipped out.
Split.
Which is fine.
I would be suggesting that we go up the ladder and then we'll run somewhere with it.
Is there like anything around us like to maybe cover an anchor with? So it looks like we're just hauling something instead of running through town with an anchor people probably know.
I mean, people noticing you do that,
Might not.
it doesn't matter at this point. Like, at this area,
Yeah.
later on when you get out of here, maybe try to, like, throw it under cloaks and things like that and cover it up.
We're in a pier
But you're
area, so
in a pier, and
holding an anchor.
it is, and you're holding a mithril anchor, a decorative mithril anchor, but they already know you took it. Like,
Yeah.
well, they kind of don't, but they will find out. So having them see you here with it, or have the reports come in of you here with it, probably won't matter.
Okay, let's just go
Just
then.
just trying to get out of this area and then hide it is the thing.
technically this plan is based on the fact that he actually distracts them. Like,
Yeah.
for all we know, they could ignore him, and then we're gonna get up and be like, "Oh shit!"
Alright.
I'll distract him anyway.
But I'm just saying,
I
like,
have a very
Get up
fancy
and
sword.
run towards the area he mentioned to meet up at.
Okay. So athletics check to get the anchor up the ladder. Is that a D12?
it's definitely not a D12.
That's a D12.
Oh shit.
That's a serious gimp.
So it's like how many times I do
Oh,
that.
dope. 21.
Oh, okay, yeah. Easily, you're just, even with, it's just your monk, like, I'm just doing this motion, the weight on me, I am a leaf on the wind, but you don't get speared at the end of it. You get to the top, Maeve gets to the top, and so Maeve says, should I go help him, or should I help you guys get to the meeting point?
Does she have any idea where he's at right now?
Well, yeah, he's running
I told
up
you
the
guys
road.
Oh,
You could kind of see him going.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, yeah.
Misunderstood, yeah.
Maeve should help Midge because she could do something. She has one more spell at least.
She has one more spell.
She could also help you guys get past guards by charming stuff if you need it.
I don't know that we're gonna be bothered at this point.
I
Like,
say,
what's the snap?
I would tell Maeve to go help Midge.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
All right, so
His name's Arrowheart.
so you guys head
He'll help Suckle Bar.
You guys head off into the dock district to the right, like down the pier to go down.
Suck rock
that.
anymore.
Maeve starts running after you. So you are running. You don't know that Maeve's after you.
No, I got
You're running up there, and
Right, zero
yes,
S.
absolutely. There are 3 men. One of them is Zud. There's 2 others you don't know, and they are pushing through people coming down. Well, let me see what they do. They don't seem to notice you at all. They're too busy just huffing and puffing and pushing through people.
Alright, so is there an alleyway or anything off to the side of this little main thoroughfare?
Absolutely.
So I'd like to get myself into there, go out a little bit, and then come back and very obviously go, oh shit, and then turn back and go back through the alleyway. In other words, make it look like I accidentally bumped into them and then try to run away from them.
Okay. Make me a deception.
Yeah, I got that. Ooh, I got it pretty good. 16.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 18. My bad. It was 18.
So
Was it a 10 or 12? Let me see.
Is it 12?
Okay, so 18.
18. So you run down there and come back, look, get their attention, and then run away.
This is the perfect runaway music, by the way.
So you're running, they're chasing you.
Gotcha. It worked.
Nice.
You're welcome. What else can I
But-
say?
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So you guys are pretty much scot-free at the point. You get through, you can get around a corner, grab some burlap sacks, throw them over the anchor, so it looks like you're carrying sacks,
Makes
We're
it
just...
even heavier. Than
Well, you're not carrying, there's nothing in the
Is that a
sacks.
sack full of anchor?
You didn't throw a sack full of grain over your shoulder. You just took a burlap sack and threw it over the anchor. So you're running and you're trying to chase them through, but at least one of these guys, it's not Zud, there's no slouch at running. So you turn a corner and you're are you leading them back towards the pier or? So let me throw you like this. So what you said was over here. Go meet me over here. And you're running down this thoroughfare and they're coming this way. The pier's down here. So you went.
I did.
You took them deeper this way, but
So
are you going up or down?
I'd probably try to go up and then back that way, but
Because the place you said is up, is in. Do you want to run them up that way and back around, or down back towards the pier?
Yeah, I want to run back down.
So you come around a corner, and the guy's like chasing you, and the other two are behind, and this. What you can... It'll make me an intelligence. Let's see what the first reaction is.
Intelligence, great.
Not perception. Just throw a perception at it.
Is that +4? That's 6.
Okay.
Inspiration, because I can't take it with me.
That's true. And we're at the end of the stream.
17.
Okay. 17. So you turn around the corner and look, and there's Helnia.
What the fuck?
You don't know what she looks like, but you're like, that's a gif. She's got her 2 sabers at her side, just like she was described. Her long swords at her side, the curved, wicked long swords. In her armor, she's just striding towards you. The guy, like, you screech to a stop. The guys come around the side, and she just yells out, "Oh, you Burks! Get back to the pier and find them! This one's mine!" And they stop and turn and run. And that's where we're going to end this.
That's unfortunate. But good thing we sent Maeve after you. Just saying.
I don't know that yet.
Well, I know, but
Alright.
player knowledge.
Yeah.
Because we could have kept her and then you'd be all by yourself. In Zelda.
Hell yeah!
Oh, man.
Yeah, so that's where we're ending that session.
I like it. We didn't end early.
Nice.
Either.
Yeah, we didn't. You made it all the way through.
No, I did. I was
cliffhanger moment.
By our separation.
I love getting that cliffhanger moment, and then it was perfect setup. Splitting the party
I
again.
had to do it twice this session.
So thoughts? Got 4 minutes to get us out.
I
Thoughts?
think it's good. It's definitely a good cliffhanger. I think the music worked out really well. I kind of got excited there at the end.
I'm glad we stole this thing.
That, like, there was a lot that just like stutter stop going on, and that like didn't get into the room in time.
I think
Nothing that they said like just and now we're investigating, and now we're gonna look at the wall, and now we're gonna break down the wall, and we're gonna look at this like did it, and then it ended on this like great distraction chase.
I think we would have been way worse off had we gone through that gate and went searching,
we'd have been in that fucking dungeon forever, and there'd be 18 other guys in there we'd have to deal with at some point.
So this hideout is 2 rooms, like this. On those maps, which are massive, they're not as big as this, they're probably half sheets of this. The hideout is in the corner, and it's just a massive overlay of these, and it ends at dead ends. It's all over the place. There's basins marked here's, and here's. Like, there's dozens, if not in the, 30s, 40s, basins marked, tunnels, cisterns, pathways up, down, all this stuff. You didn't even, since you're taking notes, you didn't take the actual thing. You're missing manhole covers. You're missing all the, little fine details, but you got most of where the basins are in relative location.
Also, if we take that information to someone that does know what we're talking about, hey, do you have any knowledge of the sewer system? We're like, I worked on it. Well, then cool, we're looking for basins,
And somewhere there's got to be maps. There's an architect that built those things. So if you can get enough clout, get enough say, or go to the right people, you can get a map and go, oh yeah, this is exactly where they were looking at.
Also, for fun too, we can bring the anchor back to Sternbreaker and be like, hey, look what we got. And watch him fucking get super mad at it. Because then if she has to come back and get it, she's going to have to go through an angry Goliath.
Yeah, I have to say that Sternbreaker will use that anchor as a weapon from here on out.
That's great.
He would wield that as a weapon. And that would be badass.
I was going to say, my first thought was to bring it back to him, because even if we don't bring back just Helnia, he is probably going to be willing to pay for that thing.
Oh, you want to charge him for it? Yes.
He's right.
I don't think charge him for it. I think he would pay us out of the just gratefulness.
Yeah. Hey,
what are we gonna
your
do?
father died over this. You didn't get paid for this. and she's going to be back for this. We couldn't get you her. We couldn't kill her.
We could bring her.
But we could bring her. We could give you the thing that'll bring her to you. Like that's a great way to look at
I
it.
like it.
I think that was a key discovery and like a find though. It's like
Yes.
because I really don't know what.
Thank God I
else,
can punch through brick, eh?
I don't know what else
That's
our
pretty
purpose was
impressive.
going to be down that dungeon. If we didn't find something like that, we're gonna be like, at this point, we just need to get out of here because this was almost a waste of time. We missed our opportunity. But when we found that, it's like, yeah, we need to take that.
We
Obviously, I
got
wasn't
that.
in the room to say that, but like in my mind, I was like,
No, it's dope. We did really well. We got out. Now I'm gonna dance with Daisy.
Wow. You remember how you guys had to like fight 2 demons, surprised, not with the whole party?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, the splitting the party in Helnia encounter is worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't a
unfortunate
slouch.
that it's Mitch this time.
Mitch.
Yeah, it's
Your
one
name.
person versus the leader of this gang.
Yeah.
You got
I'll be
this.
like pocket sand.
Grease! You just threw a bag of oil at me? What?
Just makes a splat about that big on the ground.
She's no slouch. So
I would disengage if I were you.
What?
How to
I
run.
have, I have climbing ability.
Fuck away.
and that's like
I don't
I
know
would
if
say,
that's
like,
gonna happen.
I may have made that parallel on purpose, but they had to run away from the demons.
Uh-huh.
You may not want to engage this
No,
person.
no,
she may not give you a
It's
choice.
fun to joke around
Yeah.
about it, but yeah, I mean, I have to make some decisions.
She's dangerous. She's a cutter.
Absolutely. I think this has been a good session so far. This was the third session, right?
This is the third session.
We're doing
I mean,
well.
well, 2.5 because we missed the first
That's
half
okay.
of it.
I mean, we were
Or
present.
first
just audio
20 minutes.
issues.
I mean,
Damn,
we
I'm pissed
spent
at myself.
most of the first part of the game in and around that first area, not doing
Yeah,
too much.
it was just all of the introduction
Yeah.
that kind of makes me
You should
mad.
do like a Star Wars, like last time on Wileyverse, like do just like this would happen.
Oh, you went to that little.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah. Have you ever seen Star Wars?
yeah, I just don't know the music, man. Fuck off.
Wow, you lose all erudition. You've learned nothing.
No, I mean I know, and I just couldn't sing it right here. Fuck off,
Doing like
guys.
the Lone Ranger, like that's not Star Wars.
There
we
fuck
go.
off.
There you go.
God,
Finally.
I have my erudition
God.
back.
There we go.
No, it's gone.
Just sing this
You
for
can get half of it back.
That's rude.
It's so rude.
I worked so hard.
She's like,
For those that don't
my
know.
face off.
Just a quick little extra mechanic thing. Erudition, if my players have inspiration, they can only have it or not have it. So I've created a mechanic where they get erudition, where it's kind of like all that extra time they have to learn things that may not have to do with their class and experience and levels. So when they get, for every point of inspiration they get while they have it, they can get erudition, and then they can start trading in erudition points to gain proficiencies, languages, skills, things like that, in addition to gaming sets, proficiency in other
I learned
tool
the
sets.
language
So,
with my last character.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked up a Southern language.
so it's
Still takes, what,
another.
10 erudition?
It's 10 and 20. 10 for proficiency, weapon proficiency, a single weapon proficiency, language, gaming set, tool set. 20 for a skill or an armor proficiency, because those are way more potent.
This game better last a while.
Hmm?
This game better last a while.
Well, that actually
Just saying how
so
erudition works in general. Like we used it.
yeah,
It is
and
on the
I-
struggle bus.
well, I
trying
do
to
have
get
to
the
say,
erudition.
like this game, this game is set by how we discussed this campaign in the beginning to end at 3rd to 5th level. So, like, well, this plot line that you're on right now, this conspiracy thing that's going on, and dealing with the, starting with the finding the silver on the knolls at the beginning of this whole game, and where it's taken you. Once we finish this plot line, that's when we stop and say,
Decide what we're gonna do next.
is this the game we want to keep going, or now do you have an idea of a campaign you want to run? So I am laying groundwork for this to be a major campaign. There's all kinds of plots and threads and things you've seen and things that don't make any sense now and don't have to. They don't have anything to do with what's going on. that we could keep going. I'm just laying groundwork.
Get it together.
Thank you, Smirnov. But this doesn't have to be.
You got Numton?
Numton. This doesn't have to be the campaign we go on because this, like again, this is your first, essentially long-term campaign.
I'm already attached to my crew.
So, we can.
Really, you're very mean to them.
Well, she's attached to me.
She loves me.
I know.
That's the only one she cares about.
Hey, no.
So, no, that's fine.
We're childhood friends. I care about you. I don't know this guy though, you know.
That's true. But he has the most experience and knowledge about this area.
Stuff that I'm most in trouble with.
So yeah, like begrudging, you know, like okay, well, I guess I gotta listen to you.
Well, Erebor is very much one of those. Here's where I'm going. You guys coming with or not? Bye later.
I mean, I feel like so far my character has kind of just been like, you know, I take your word for it. I haven't fought you too much except in the beginning when I was like, yeah, but.
That's just one thing I wanted to.
Twice, so.
2 times.
One thing you just got a whole bunch of money.
I know. I just got us paid twice.
Those dope glasses.
And dope glasses. They're not even part of the loot anymore. They just belong to you.
But that's the thing is that
dope glasses.
I am committing fully to this as a GM, but this campaign wasn't started as a permanent Wednesday night game. Like this was we're going to take it to the end of this plot line, this one storyline, take you to at least 3rd level, maybe 5th, you know, depending on what goes on, and then we all decide, do we go on or not?
Well, especially since we're not doing the Tuesday stream anymore, it might actually be fun to sit down and make the decision on stream too. When we make it to what we're supposed to do, we can talk about what we do and don't like and what our expectations are for the rest of the campaign and what we want from it, and if that's something we're going to get from it or not. And
I don't know, like I try to do great. You know, I've been so far really good at pacing and ending sessions, you know, at the end of the stream. But you know, if the finale happens an hour into the game, then it's just like that TPK, we'll sit down and discuss. Hey, so what happens? What's going on next? What do you like? What did you think? You know.
So you're saying, like, at the end of this adventure, like, this adventure is going to end no matter what, right? But then...
Yes, some way it's going to end.
Right, but then we decide if we want to move on with these characters into a different storyline.
Because he can take the stuff that we're doing in this adventure or whatever and make it into a grander campaign.
Yeah.
But we could also just have it come to its conclusion where it will conclude.
Cool. Now I really know what I want to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now we want to run.
We want different characters, or we want a different game.
We all want to play elves, and we all want to have magic.
Yeah.
We want to save our homeland.
Yeah. He's like, that'll be real easy, right?
All right, this god tells you go to a quest. You need to find this thing and do 3 things to it.
It would be easy to write, right?
Fuck,
this is
I've
writing
been here
itself.
Before.
This is writing itself. It'd be super weird for you and me, like, you go to Castle Never, we're like, just go to floor 7
we go left, right on this place.
Give that dude that, what is it? You got that fireproof candle thing. He'll be all right.
Walk backwards against this wall. That's how you get through
we buy that stupid key and unlock the guy and take all his stuff.
Yeah, that was one of the best decisions we ever made.
And you guys waited till the absolute end and you spent all your other money.
Thanks, Superman.
What? Superman?
Right,
wow.
At the end.
Oh, hey, well, thanks for coming by. We're just winding down the session. Please watch the highlights. We have the first 2 sessions on back order here. We also have a very silent intro to this one. It's great. You get to see me look like an idiot.
You're talking about me not finishing.
No, like mine. Like
a good opportunity to practice your lip reading.
But yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the follow. You have inspiration now. If you come back to the stream, all our followers, all our subscribers get inspiration, which they can use to influence the game at any time. But I think
to ask Christian for inspiration while he was here.
Right.
He's doesn't hear that.
We should always say thanks to everyone that came by, like Corona and Lime Time. We always appreciate you, Fish Chance. Good to see you again. Thanks for always stopping by.
2 gin bottles.
2 gin bottles. Always a pleasure is what I'd say if it was always a pleasure.
Viva la fuck.
Well, What was the guy that just followed his name? Something Main.
Superman.
Superman 92.
Thanks for the follow. That's cool as hell.
Absolutely. Dayton, take us out. Use an accent.
Please.
Scottish.
No, don't tell him a specific one. He'll fucking use a Wayne accent. Come on.
Superman. Just started playing D&D myself. Just picked up your podcast. Well, yeah, this is actually a really good place if you're a beginner. This is Kaylin's first campaign. Dayton and I have been playing together with Wiley for about 2 years now. But we've played some Rifts, we've played some D&D, we've played some other stuff too, and so...
If you... I'm about to load them up to my YouTube channel, which is down below, but if you look into our history of our videos, you'll see a show called Wileyverse Mitch, and we just did a D&D campaign, which is a beginner, like, from lore, character creation, and encounters explanation of Dungeons & Dragons.
I gotta learn to plug that a little bit better because we literally made it for people that just started playing.
Right.
And this guy's like, I just started playing. I'm like, yeah, I just watched the channel.
So, and this is episode 3 of this campaign. It's a brand new campaign. Beginning players, not beginning GM.
So it's like collecting comic books. You just got issue number 3,
Yeah.
so might as well get in now.
All right, Dayton, take us out. Dayton, how are you now?
Well, as always, thanks for tuning in to the Wileyverse. This has been session 3 of the Cardinal Bond. You should come back by next time. We'll be there next Wednesday at 9:30 Arizona time.
Which lines up with what time currently?
Currently on Pacific time.
What is this?
So it started off as like a Mark Wahlberg, and then tried to turn into an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
know, dude. I'm
And
telling you, my accents
It did
just
bad
change
at each.
over
Like,
time.
that really speaks to my heart about bad
I
accents.
feel like it's like a Polish guy that grew up in Jersey.
like that's a good one. Like